As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so we'll wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always like my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Streaming and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Wendy Drown with our national anthem. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the Cleveland Guardians. Leading off playing left field will be David Fry. Chase DeLauder, he'll be in right field batting second. Brian Riccio, he'll bat third, play shortstop. At first base tonight, batting fourth, it'll be Reese Hoskins. Second baseman batting fifth will be Travis Benzana. Third base tonight, batting sixth, will be Gabriel Riaras. Kyle Manzardo, he's going to DH and bat seventh tonight. Catching batting eighth will be Austin Hedges, and Khalil Watson will be in center field batting ninth. On the mound for the Guardians, making his 19th start. He has a record of 4 wins and 6 losses. Will be Slade Ciccone. Here's the starting lineup for your Minnesota Twins. Trevor Larnach in the lineup. He's going to lead off, play left field. Brooks Lee bats second, plays third base. Cody Clemens, he'll be at second base batting third or DH. Cleanup hitter, it's going to be Josh Bell, brought to you by Marsden, your hometown cleaning team. Keeping Target Field that world-class facility for 17 years and running. We thank you, Gardens. Batting fifth at first base should be Royce Lewis. Victor Carantini's going to catch, bat sixth. In center field, making his first start in the big leagues, Luke Keeschel. In right field batting eighth, it'll be Alan Roden. And Ryan Kreidler, he'll be at shortstop batting ninth here tonight on the mound. Connor Prelip, 13th start. He has a record of 2 wins and 5 losses. Umpire tonight, calling balls and strikes, Ryan Addition. Ryan Blakeney, the umpire at first base. Nick Marley at second base. And crew chief Marvin Hudson will be the umpire at third base. Luke Keeschel, kind of a big story here. Starting the ball game. He's getting his first start out there in center field tonight. Also, Alan Roden calling up. He played in 12 ball games last year with the Minnesota Twins. He'll be out in right field for the Twins here tonight. And to get you started, here's Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Danny. This series with Cleveland, of course, sponsored by Orville Redenbacher. Perfect for movie night, game day, or anytime you need a quick, satisfying snack. Make it simple, make it delicious, make it Orville Redenbacher. Available now at Cup. Now, if all things go according to plan, Danny, for Connor Prelip, Roden in right, Keeschel in center, they won't be too busy tonight because the ball will be on the ground.
Yeah, let's hope that's the case here. And don't forget, we're going to get some strikeouts from Prelip. Last time out against Colorado, went 6 innings, had 10 strikeouts, a career high for him. So that may come into play as well.
Obviously, this bunch isn't as free-swinging a group as Colorado is, but aside from Chase DeLauder, whose name is really a bit of a misnomer, they do have guys who will swing out of the zone. David Fry leads things off for Connor Prelip. The first inning going to be a big hurdle to clear. When he started in Cleveland back in May, loaded the bases with nobody out, gave up a hit. It was Stephen Kwan. Then he hit a batter, Then there was an error on what could have, should have, would have been a double play ball. After a sac fly, he eventually gave up Travis Bazzana's first home run in the major league. So 4 unearned runs in that opening frame, spotless the rest of the way. Facing Fry, who was 0 for 3 in that game, and Fry takes up and away. We are underway. 1 ball and no strikes. Prelip, the Toma, Wisconsin native, facing David Fry, who plays out in left field tonight. Twins wear the home whites as the pitch delivered and tapped foul, and the count is 1-1. That's the good slider, and we've seen it continue to develop and evolve, and really the pitch characteristics similar, Danny. It's his command of that pitch and where he can throw it, and he'll throw it in any count.
Yeah, and he's got also, don't forget, that real hard slider down and into right-handers.
1-1 stays away. That was a slider on the back door, and the count is 2-1. We've got some platoon bats in there, including Fry, but still the lefty DeLauder, Bazzana, and Manzardo and Watson. So 4 lefties in the lineup. 2-1, taken for a strike at the letters, 2-2 to David Fry. Cleveland has been really good against left-handed starters this year. They're 20-12. But they just haven't scored very many runs, especially since Jose Ramirez hit the injured list. Backdoor slider down and away. Count full here to Fry. Connor Prelip doesn't betray a lot of emotions on the mound. Holds the glove tight to the chest. The 3-2 swung and a missed, and he struck him out. When in doubt, Danny, how about a 97-mile-an-hour sink piece there on the inner half?
And a good location of that, and a good call there by Carantini behind the plate tonight. And that also, a veteran like Carantini with the young kids, really going to kind of complement his game.
Now it's Chase DeLauder again, one of the guys on this club who does not chase out of the zone. Very good zone control for such a young player. He's a really good hitter. And the first pitch is a slider strike, left on left, 0-1. DeLauder, Bazzana, they expect to see these two kids in the lineup, top part of their lineup, for a long time to come. DeLauder plagued by injuries in his college career and in his minor league career after being drafted first round. He fouls this 0-1 away, and the count is 0-2. A lot of injuries with his feet. Big-bodied kid, power, short, quick stroke. Solid rookie campaign. The 0-2. Taken down and in. A little flinch on that one, but he didn't pull the trigger on a curveball from Connor Prelip. Here, Derek Shelton can't be a 2-pitch guy as a starter. Going to need the curve and the change. 1 ball, 2-strike pitch. Swung on and cracked in the air to right field. Roden chasing back after it, and he reaches up and makes the catch on the warning track. Just a little hollow off the bat of DeLauder. Line drive out to right. Roden passes his first test back in the big leagues for the first time this year, and here's Brian Rocchio.
Yeah, that did sound a little hollow, but at the same time, Roden got a nice jump on it. Good track. Almost overran it a little bit, but out number 2.
Allen excited to be here. He was injured diving into home plate earlier this year for the Saints. As Rocchio rolls one towards shortstop. The sure-handed Kreidler gobbles it up, throws to first, and Connor Prelip, an 11 pitch. 1-2-3 first inning, and he spread the wealth. A strikeout, a fly ball out, and 1 out.
Well, this is the World Series card. Everybody said, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself, and I didn't. Pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Oh, man, that ball sounded good off the bat. That's drilled. Way gone. Whoa, my goodness. One of the farthest home runs we've seen at PNC Park. Wow. An absolute titanic blast. And he's homered in 3 straight games. Look at that.
Giants. Sees
Well,
expanded his American
Well, I was
League
going to say
leading.
there's a lot of teams out there right now.
Sees expanded his American League leading strikeout total to 148. It's brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Twins. Giants
they are
mess.
bad, aren't they?
They are a mess.
They're going to dump some players.
You would think.
If they have some players to dump.
Yeah, they'd love to dump some contracts, I think, right now. I don't know if that's going to work in their favor. Here's Trevor Larnach facing Slade Ciccone. Fantastic name, 4-6 on the year. Four-seam cutter, sinker is 3 primary pitches. First pitch on the way, and it's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. That's the sinker. It's about 92. He's not going to blow up the radar gun, Danny, but he lives just off the barrel. He gets a lot of ground balls.
They got a lot of good starters. They're healthy, and they are not guys that are in that 96, 98 mile an hour range.
Big looping breaking ball, and that one just curves over for strike 2. As Larnach watched that into the glove and shook his head, thinking, that's supposed to be your 4th pitch. Ciccone does not strike out many. He was a first-round pick out of the University of Miami by the Diamondbacks. Compensation round. They swapped him in the Josh Naylor deal along with a competitive balance pick. 0-2 pitch. And Larnach takes low. They double up off speed. That was a slider. It's 1-2. And speaking of the draft, the scouts have all gathered here, the player development folks, at Target Field in anticipation of Saturday's draft. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, and he struck him out. Came back with a changeup. That's a pitch he does not throw very often, which just goes to show you can kind of crumple up that percentage scatter report sometimes and toss it over your shoulder.
Well, that's what Trevor Larnach's going to do when he goes into that dugout, puts his bat away and his helmet. He's going to go find a hitting coach and say, hey, wasn't in the sheet there that you showed me.
Here's Brooks Lee. Brooks, switch hitter, drove in a big run yesterday. Ciccone delivers, and it's a strike on the inside part of the plate. That was a sinker. It's 0-1. Ciccone about 6'4", and he's very closed off on the rubber. His right foot is on the first base side of the rubber. His left foot is on the third base side of the rubber. Shows his number on his back to the first base dugout. Misses low 1-1. And Danny kind of hides the ball because of that, and the ball just kind of comes popping out with his 38-degree arm slide. Ball and a strike to Brooks. Big curveball, and that one fouled up the first base line. Chases Pablo Lopez down off the rail, 1-2.
Well, one thing about Ciccone, he's got command, and he can locate the breaking ball. You saw him throwing a couple changeups now, and good action on the down away, mostly of the left-handed hitters. Sneaky fastball, comes a little bit, changes the arm angle occasionally.
Ball and 2 strikes now to Lee. He's in fight mode, and he watches low, 2-2. Ciccone in 70 or 95 and a third innings, only 73 strikeouts coming in.
Yeah.
30 walks and 13 home runs allowed. Decently high number. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and cracked down the third base line. Fry takes a peek at it, runs out of real estate. That one's 3 rows deep for a souvenir foul ball, and it stays 2-2. Brooks Lee sitting on 14 home runs. He is third among all big league switch hitters in home runs this year. Only Ian Happ and Ketel Marte, who each have 17 home runs, have hit more home runs as switch hitters than Brooks Lee has. Another 2-2 pitch is in the offing. Here it comes. Twisted in a breaking ball, and Brooks was way out in front. And he whistles that one foul nearly out of the concourse. That pitch might have hit him on the back foot if he hadn't clobbered it foul. Eye black in place, hunched out over the plate, dark sleeves under his white Twins jersey. And the pitch. Swung on and rolled back up the middle for a base hit. Attaboy Brooks. Brooks Lee, first base with the game's first hit. Cody Clemens is now the hitter. We see a lot of those type of at-bats from Brooks Lee.
What I liked about it is everything was down on him. And he was hooking them, he was fouling them. And Ciccone, he stayed down there, and that time, like you said, Brooks went down and got it and hit it up the middle for a base hit.
Yeah, hit it hard. It was a sinker, and it was middle down. And Brooks has such good bat-to-ball skills. He was able to flick that ball into center field. Here's Cody. Open stance up on that front toe. Clemens watches a fastball strike knee high, 0-1. Cody Clemens has either scored a run or driven in a run in 10 straight games. The longest such streak this year in the big leagues, the A's' Zach Geloff, 14 straight. Yandy Diaz and Alec Burleson each went a dozen in a row. Spencer Steer, 11. As this one fouled down the third base line, 0-2. So if Cody either scores or drives in a run tonight, he will match Steer for the fourth longest such streak in baseball this season. Twins have been so good at attacking early in ball games. Pitch high, 1-2. Grady Sizemore leans over, whispers in Brooks Lee's ear. He's being held at first by Rhys Hoskins tonight. Manzardo's the DH. Big infield shift on for Clemens. Nobody's home at third base, all the way out to shortstop. This ball pulled high in the air, deep towards right field. That ball is up and off the top of the wall. It bounces past DeLauder. Brooks Lee is being waved in, but Brooks didn't see the wave from Borrego as he was chugging into third base. So it goes as a double for Cody Clemens, and they're on at second and third with one out for Josh Bell. Initially, Danny, Ramon Borrego was waving Brooks, but Brooks chugged into third, kind of starting to slow down, and Borrego had to change that to a stop sign.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you're waving him around and you pick him up as that trail runner. You see the arm moving, and that could be an indication, hey, he's telling me to come over.
So second and third, now the infield's in for Josh Bell. Nice piece of hitting by Cody Clemens. And Bell, who loves the first pitch, swings and fouls straight down into the grass. And the count is 0-1. Josh, a 3-game hitting streak. He's 6 for his last 12. Josh Bell has driven in 60 runs already. Infield tight behind Ciccone. Again, he doesn't get a lot of strikeout. And this pitch is wide. A snap throw down to third. Brooks Lee is picked off at third base. Oh, a critical error on the bases for Lee and the Twins. As Austin Hedges popped up, fired a strike down to Arias at third base. And Brooks Lee, with that dirty uniform, trudges back to the dugout as out number 2.
Heads up play there by Hedges, and that's one thing he does well. Design play. Not really going to throw it for a strike. The catcher can cheat. Arias, he was way off the bag and started to break toward third as soon as the pitcher delivered the ball.
Ball 2 is down. It's 2-1. So Bell now hoping to pick up Lee by knocking in Clemens. Hedges been in this league a long time for plays like that and his defensive skill. Breaking ball pulled to the right side. Smothered there by Bazana on his feet. He throws to first, and he gets Josh Bell. And that's the final out of the inning. And the Twins let a wonderful chance go begging here as they run themselves out of an opportunity in the first. No runs despite 2 hits, a man left. One scoreless inning in the ball.
Deep center. Edmonds going back. The ball is gone long. 3-run home run. Bowman shot. The Jays on the board first. In one swing, Bobachek makes it 3-0 and chases Shohei Ohtani from Game 7. Breaking ball, and he was all over.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chef.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
DoIHavePrediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Rhys Hoskin leads off, and he lines the first pitch from Connor Prelip right to Ryan Kreidler for a line drive out. Broke his bat as well, so add insult to injury there. You make the out, and you also snap your bat. Good pitch from Prelip. One out on one pitch, and here's Bazana, who will always remember Connor Prelip because he hit his first big league home run off Prelip in May at Progressive Field. First pitch here is a strike, 0-1. Danny, I want to go back to the pickoff of Lee, just about how that play is designed. Walk us through it.
Well, it's just that your lead from third base is predicated on where the fielder is positioned. In this case, Rodriguez, he was way off the line.
Strike called 0-2.
Therefore, if I see him off the line, I can get a bigger lead. Then I get my secondary lead when the pitcher starts to throw. But the pitcher is taught or is told, do not throw a strike. We don't want this guy swinging, so he came out and cheated.
Pitch low 1-2.
Hedges did, so he knew he could come out, almost borderline pitch out. So he could come out. As soon as the pitcher starts to deliver, the third baseman broke to third. So he's given up his area there, knowing it's not going to be a strike. Made a nice throw, tag, reminded me of the Detroit Tigers, Laudner to Gaetti.
Laudner to Gaetti and Evans out at third base as a pitch low 2-2.
Similar base runners.
One out and a 2-2 count to Bazana. We're scoreless here, top of the second at Target Field. Pitch on the way, and it's high. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Bazana headed to the All-Star game. He was the number one pick in the draft just 2 years ago, 2024. Numbers don't overwhelm you. 244, a couple of home runs. As he swings and misses into the glove of Caratini. Maybe got a little foul tip there, but it's a strikeout. Second one for Prelip. One rookie fans another, two out for Arias. Before he bats, 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball. Arias from the right side, getting the start at third base tonight, takes a strike, 0-1. Of course, Jose Ramirez sidelined for the Guardians, Byron Buxton for the Twins, so this series without two of the game's brightest stars. Tapper foul in the count 0-2. And two guys in Buck and Jose Ramirez, Danny, they spent their whole careers with the same club. Mm-hmm. They epitomize everything about their club, and they can both beat you in so many ways.
And impact your team inside that clubhouse.
Yep. 0-2. Check swing. It was down and away. Bounced off Caratini. He didn't swing. It was a curveball, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And always seemed that both those guys have fun playing the game. Yeah. They always have a smile on their face. Very competitive.
Power, speed, average, defense, all of it.
Play hard.
The 1-2. Swung and a miss. He struck him out, and Connor Prelip dices up the Guardians here in the second inning. 3 strikeouts through 2 scoreless innings for Connor Prelip. We've played.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Got a couple packs of Topps 2002. I'm going to open them up and see who I played with.
Oh, Bartolo Colon. This is actually a pretty good pack. So I got a chance to play with Bartolo in Cleveland. Really good teammate, cool dude. It was fun, man. He was always a great hitter.
Woody Williams. Probably one of the best Astro killers ever. You always enjoyed chewing the stale gum while you were looking for your heroes.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist?
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
No, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
OnX Fish, for fans who grew up hitting the lake with the Minnesota Twins on the radio. Download OnX Fish for iOS and Android for your free 7-day trial.
Let's go to the 7th game.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Bryce Lewis leads off against Slade Ciccone here in the second inning. Lewis, Caratini, Keyshaw. Bryce has 25 runs batted in his career against Cleveland. That is the most against any opponent. 6 home runs against Cleveland, second only to the 7 he's hit against the White Sox. Ciccone delivers, and this one popped up. He got under it on the infield. Rocchio taking charge near the bag at second base, and he makes the catch as he stumbles right onto the bag and nearly bumps up against Travis Pizzana. So just as we saw with Hoskins in the top of the inning, a one-pitch out to the shortstop, and now Caratini bats. Hey, Brawl in the Ballpark comes off the top rope this Friday. The Twins hosting the Angels. And then All Elite Wrestling put on a show in a post-game event. Plus, special ticket purchasers receive a Twins and AEW co-branded Luca Mask hat. Get your tickets at twins.com/brawl. Caratini has always struggled against Cleveland pitching. He watches a strike. And it really shouldn't be a shock because they've always had really, really good pitching. But his career average against Cleveland is $1.64. The only 2 teams he has a worse average against career, Tampa Bay and Toronto. Flinches is a pitch wide, it's 1-1. And again, Tampa's always had really good pitching, so that makes sense. And
but
Toronto.
2 years with Houston, probably didn't play Tampa and the other team as much.
Lines this ball to center field. Watson charges in and makes the catch, and there are 2 away. Was with the Cubs, was with the Brewers, Padres. I mean, he's been all over. That's Keyshaw digs in. Luke has a 5-game hitting streak. He walks right in front of Hedges, crossing from the left-handed batter's box to the right. Wraps up his batting gloves, and he's ready to hit. Ciccone with that red glove on his left hip. Now comes closed and delivers. And the first pitch is taken for a strike. Luke rarely swings at the first pitch. Does have a hit in 3 tries against Ciccone. Roden has moved into the on-deck circle. Keyshaw takes a sinker over the backside of the plate. 0-2. Luke will use his timeout. Ciccone goes to the rosin bag behind the pitching rubber. Like Cantillo, Ciccone, a slow worker. Parker Messick, their all-star lefty, he is the polar opposite. He is as quick a worker as there is in the league. The 0-2 pitch. Yeah, that's wide. 1-2. Pizzana plays up the middle at second. Even with Hoskins off the bag at first, some room on the right side for Luke. 1-2 is a sinker that just misses. No challenge. It looked like he wanted to challenge. And now the pitcher goes to his hat and says, no, I'm not challenging. I need new baseball.
I think he was apologizing, the pat in the chest. My bad.
I didn't mean
to the home plate umpire in that he walked off the mound thinking that strike 3, I'm heading to the dugout.
They didn't challenge. It was a borderline pitch. The Guardians have the worst overturn rate in the league. This pitch swung on a miss, and they don't need to worry about what happened with ball 2. Second strikeout for Ciccone. Twins go in order. We've played 2. We're still scoreless. We'll send it.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
He leaps up, and he caught it! Sensational home run robbery by Lourdes. He touched the base, somehow threw to first, and got the double play. That's one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. Rewind that one and hang on to it. Wow!
Nunez, bare hands, throws. Oh, baby, what a play by Nasim Nunez.
Arroyo going to get it, sliding in the outfield grass. Got it! Diving into that turf. What a catch by Arias! Come on now, a gutter stunner. That is big time right there. Against the wall, into the stands.
That's a heck of a play. Look at that smile on that kid's face.
And Gurriel comes in, makes a nifty sliding catch. A beautiful play. Paint that one gold. Leaps it, he's got it. Have yourself a day, kid. Leaping play by Durbin. An outstanding catch, and he makes the catch at the top of the wall. What a play.
Proper pick by Xander. Gets him.
Up a full mile per hour, 96.1 so far. Prelude looking good, Chris.
All right, thank you, John. We'll, of course, catch up with John throughout the ballgame. He'll have the post-game download with Danny after what we hope is a series-clinching win for the Twins. Kyle Manzardo leads off, bats left-handed, and Manzardo takes wide. He's DHing today. Actually a better hitter for average against lefties than he is righties. 255 against lefties, just 214 against right-handers. Numbers overall are definitely down. As he watches in, and we're going to get a challenge on the ball two call.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
I think Caratini is going to win this one.
Pitch is overturned, pitch is strike.
And that's been such a weapon for Twins pitchers to have Jeffers, Caratini, Jackson as good as they've been back there. Manzardo just 222 on the year. He does lead the team with 10 homers. Pitch down and away, 2-1. They do not hit a lot of home runs. This team has 84 home runs on the, 85 home runs on the season. The Twins have 117. Big difference. 2-1's a strike.
Well, Ramirez would make a little bit of difference in that.
He would, indeed. This team, though, not really built as a slugging team. I think they thought Manzardo and Hoskins would provide some slug, and they have 10 and 8 respectively. Got nothing from their catchers. 2-2. Swung on a miss to Manzardo's down on strikes. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Connor Prelude. One away. And speaking of catchers, here's Austin Hedges. We mentioned Hedges. He's known for his defense. Has already impacted the game with his arm, but best offensive year for him in his career by a mile. He's hitting 281. Again, not a lot of power, but the average is about 100 points better than he usually hits. As a ball low, 1-0.
Yeah, he is not known for his bat, but occasionally can walk into one.
He's known as a great guy to have handling your staff. As he fouls one straight back, and it's 1-1. But
yeah, he's a guy that, all these catchers around the league that turn into managers. I mean, if Hedges wanted to, he's probably got the ability to step into the dugout.
I think he has the personal skills, certainly the communication, the leadership. But again, he's been in the big leagues a long time, and he's a 190 career hitter as a strike called, and it's 1-2. That tells you just how good he is in the clubhouse and behind the plate. Padres and then Cleveland. A brief stint in Texas where he won a World Series. The 1-2, down and away. 2-2. They really thought that Bo Naylor was going to provide offense from the catching spot, and it just didn't work out. And as his offense went south, so did his defense. They made the trade for Bailey. This ball lined into left field, base hit. It's the new Austin Hedges. It's a 2-strike base hit to left for Austin Hedges, and Hedges down at first base with the first hit of the night for Cleveland. And it's a Jay Serra High School reunion at first base because the only 2 graduates of that high school to ever play in the big leagues are Royce Lewis and Austin Hedges. And Royce now holding Hedges at first.
Boy, Hedges, good play by Larnach to get over to cut it off, but Hedges does not run that well. And that's just, what I like now is he clogs the bases up. Anything in the gap, he's not going to get too far.
There's Khalil Watson. Watson fouls away the first pitch 0-1. Got our first look at Watson, a lefty rookie yesterday. And quite a bit of swing and miss in his game right now. 22 strikeouts and 2 walks. He's hitting .233. Not a real big guy. Brooks Lee off the bag, in at third, and a big swing and miss. The count is 0-2 on a slider. Throw that one again, I think. Danny, that was down and away. You throw that a little further out off the plate, and I think he's heading back to find his glove. He awaits the pitch delivered, and it's taken. They're going to challenge it because it was called a ball.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
It was called a ball, and I think it's strike 3.
Ball's overturned, the battery's out.
5 strikeouts for Connor Prelip, first time through the order. So 5 of the first 8 outs have been via the strikeout, and now it's David Fry for the second time. Prelip again coming off that 10 strikeout, no walk performance against the Rockies. What's impressive, Danny, is that he hasn't pitched in a long time. 11 days between starts. It's a foul ball straight back. Sometimes guys get rusty, but the program that the club has developed for Prelip to take care of the arm health and also get him some extra days here and there, he has really taken to it.
He has, and don't forget, these guys, they do their bullpen sessions, and they can mock it up to make it as game-like as they can.
0-1 is taken low, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. I think a real testament to Connor, first and foremost, and the pitching group, to keep a guy sharp and improving, even with disparate time between his starts. Now, remember, he never pitched on a regular turn in the minors. So it's not new to him. There's a check swing for Fry. I think he went. Oh, they said no. Count 2-1. He was essentially pitching about once a week in the minor leagues. He went 85-ish innings last year, the most ever. What'd you say he was at this year? 77?
77 combined up here in the big leagues and his innings at St. Paul.
2-1. That's a strike, and it's 2-2.
I think it was delivery, Chris. He's got some deception in it, and it just, they don't read it, his arm slot. They don't read the release point very well.
Hides the ball on his back hip and then kind of jumps down the hill. He comes up and in with ball 3. Third full count through 10 batters face. He struck out Fry on a full count. He struck out Bazana on a full count. Hedges will be moving from first. We're scoreless here, top of the third. 2 outs and a throw over, and Hedges steps back. I was asking Alan Roden about teaming up with Prelip, 2 Wisconsin natives. He said, hey, more cheddar heads we get, the better. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and popped back towards Dan Gladden, a little to our right and down below us. The count stays 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fouled away that slider. Prelip delivers. Swung on and hit high in the air. Left field. Keyshaw racing over. Larnach's there. Keyshaw called off by Larnach. Larnach makes the catch, and Keyshaw's yelling at him and saying, that could have been my first put out in center field. Big old Cheshire Cat grin for Larnach as Prelip sets him down scoreless in the third. We played 2.
Rincones comes running in. He dives. He made the catch. Diving play. Dansby slots it for the winner. He's at the wall and he makes the catch. The throw there is in time to get him. From the edge of the outfield grass, he throws in time. What a play.
The 20-year-old rookie does it again. Oh, man, what a play.
Griffin ranging. He does it again. Watson charging hard. Dives and made the catch. Grab with a leap by McGonigal at short.
Reeled in on a diving grab by Green.
charge by Altuve. Bare hand by Jose, and the play at first out.
Sliding to make a super catch is Lane Thomas.
Going out, Cole Emerson with a leap, and he makes the catch.
He jumps, makes the catch, racing toward the wall in deep right.
Bounces it across. Nice stretch by Vaughn. They got him. Boy, that was smooth by Joey Ortiz. Left side, Manny sliding to his left. Has got it.
Dazzling play by Manny Machado.
The 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
First big league at bat of the year, and he takes the first pitch in for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Rodon appeared in 12 games after being acquired in the Louis Varland deal from Toronto last year, along with Kendry Rojas. Has an open stance, swings the gate shut, and he takes high, 2-0. In those 12 games, he hit just a .158, had a bad thumb, put him on the injured list for the rest of the year. Probably would have been back in the big league sooner this season if not for a labrum injury that he suffered on a headfirst dive into home plate. He smacks this ball to deep right field. If it's fair, it's gone. That is a foul ball. First base umpire Ryan Blakeney had the last word. Boy, that sounded different coming off the bat. It ended up over by the Kramarchuk stand ordering a sausage, but it's nothing more than a long strike.
It sounded good. It looked good.
Rodon is powerfully built, not real tall. He played his college ball at Creighton. He's from Middleton, Wisconsin. His parents both taught at the University of Wisconsin. Rodon's OPS over 900 at St. Paul. It's hard really to put stock into those St. Paul numbers, Danny, because they're all video game numbers. Rodon awaits. 2 balls, 1 strike, leading off the inning. He swings and misses. It's 2-2. One thing about Ciccone, leadoff hitters hit .355 against him in an inning. The only guy worse against the first batter in an inning in all of baseball this year, Michael Lorenzen, which we believable. Saw. Yeah, we saw that in action. 2-2. Swung on and smacked into the gap in left center field. Fry chasing after it. He'll make the catch. Hadn't played perfectly. Hard contact, but out number 1 for Rodon. And Ciccone, despite those numbers, has retired the leadoff man in the first 3 innings tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Rodon here. Get some playing time. You know he's going to be playing against some right-handers, especially the way with Buxton out, what it does, the construction of the lineup. Just to see him play on a regular basis, because we just got teased a little bit last year, just 12 games and left due to an injury.
There's Kreidler. First pitch to Ryan, who's 2 for his last 20. That's upstairs for a ball. Yeah, Rodon for years terrorized the Twins in spring training as a member of the Blue Jays. We'd be like, who's this guy? Whether in Dunedin or Fort Myers. Then the Twins acquired him. He got hurt, had a big camp this year. Was really the last guy sent down. There's a pitch down and away, 2-0. Hey, Treasure Island Resort and Casino is the exclusive casino partner of the Minnesota Twins. Explore more of the island with a relaxing getaway. Book your stay, TICasino.com. 2-0 to Kreidler. Swung through. 2-1. Kreidler getting the start at short tonight, despite a righty starting because of the glove. And a ground ball pitcher on the mound. Kreidler's played a great shortstop. 2-1. That's taken for a strike.
And I guess with all the strikeouts that Prelib's mounting up right now, that defense hasn't come into play yet.
Larnach on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Scoreless here in the third. The 2-2. Kreidler watches wide. Mentioned he's been fighting it, but he's got a little pop. And again, great glove, big arm. Plays some center field. One of 7 different starting center fielders Twins have had. And a pitch for ball 4 just off the plate. I think they're going to challenge it.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
I think he's going to win that challenge. Kreidler ran all the way to first base for nothing. I think he's going to have to make a right turn. He does.
Ball is overturned, pitch is strike.
So Hedges gets the strikeout. That's just the 3rd strikeout. Kreidler tried to sell it, but with 2 outs and nobody on, Larnach will bat. Middle game of this 3-game set. Twins 2 in arrears of Cleveland in the division. Larnach takes a fastball on the inner corner for a strike. So the White Sox lead Cleveland by a game. The White Sox lead the Twins by 3 games. Tigers are playing great baseball. And they are looking up at all 3 of those teams. The 0-1 taken low. They've had a little turmoil even in this hot stretch. Joey Cora, third base coach, leaving the club due to what A.J. Hinch called philosophical differences. He said it wasn't a blow-up. I love Joey. He loved being a Tiger, but we spoke and figured this was the best thing to do. Down and in. 2-1. Now, remember the Giants, they fired a third base coach earlier this year because he kept getting guys thrown out. That wasn't this. Cora left. This was the verbiage due to philosophical differences. He wasn't terminated.
So, yeah, but the other guy with the Giants, he got a new position with the Giants organization. I don't think Cora has a new position. No. So you could paint it up any way you want. I promise you. He got fired.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. 2-1. That's a strike again on the inner half. Larnach doesn't like that pitch. That's a really good pitch from Ciccone because it's down on the inside corner to a lefty, Danny. There's nothing you can do with it.
It's got that run action a little bit, too, that, those Sonny Grays, and you see Joe Ryan, and a lot of the good guys have that pitch in their arsenal.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. See if Larnach can get a hold of one. Ciccone delivers. Swung on and fouled. Stays 2-2. Yeah, the Cora situation odd because the Tigers are playing their best baseball of the year. And the players were gobsmacked by it. They had no idea it was happening or that anything was even building up to that. Found out hours before a ball game. 2-2 is wide.
Let's not go that far because you know that inside clubhouses you've got little you got pockets of people that are loyal to one another.
Yep.
You've got others that, there's some division in some clubhouses, not all of them.
You're right about that. It's like a high school lunchroom. Here's a 3-2. Swung on and smacked in the air to right field. DeLauder coming in after going out, and he makes the catch, leading down and catching it waist high in right field. Line drive out to right for Larnach in a 1-2-3 inning. That's 7 in a row.
Sandy fired 100 pitches, worked through 8 innings of 1-run ball tonight in the second most hitter-friendly park in baseball.
It's a grand slam! Happy 250th from Randy Arozarena. His 9th home run of the season.
And working on a payoff pitch. Swing, there it goes. Deep in the air to left field. He's got another one. Number 26 for Junior Caminero. And he's got 11 in 11 days. 1-0 Rays.
7 complete for Yamamoto. No runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Straight away center. Did he do it? Did he do it? Yes, he did! Start the fireworks!
What in the world did you expect? That's what he does.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give a 10 up. Pretty good.
Yeah. Look at that. I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight.
Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes getting a little help from the love handle there.
in the upper Midwest. This offer is available exclusively at twins.com/Christmas in July. Please join me and the Salvation Army as we fight for good in Twins territory. Buy tickets now at twins.com/Christmas in July.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
This portion of Twins Baseball brought to you by United Healthcare, committed to care. Learn more at UHC.com. To the fourth, here's Danny.
Well, thank you, Chris. Good evening, everybody. Chase DeLauder leads off, first pitch swinging and fouls it off. DeLauder coming off the DL. He is 14 for 39 with a home run, 7 driven in. Had a cracked rib running into an outfield wall. Pitch for Prelip inside, arches his back. I mean, some of the notes on him, he's most American leaders. He has a 360 average against left-handed pitching. So he's in there.
Yeah, I think he's in there every day. They're building an offense around him to supplant Jose Ramirez eventually.
1-1. That's on the outside corner now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Did you say that he had some surgeries? The injuries were more to his feet?
He had some foot injuries, yeah. You can see why he's good against lefties, though. He really stays in there. Good coverage.
Breaking ball missed down in the dirt, 2-2.
Tell me, Danny, when you were playing, if you had been on the IL with a broken rib, and everybody knew that, and you came back into action, would you expect to see the ball in?
No. Not in to attack my rib. There's a line drive, solid base hit right back up the middle. Leadoff single for the Guardians here to start the top half of the 4th inning. I got to tell you, when I was in AAA in '83, I got a September call-up. And I ran into a Dodger catcher with about 2 weeks to go, and I'd cracked one of my ribs, the tip of it. And I had to play with a pad. I put a pad on it, so when you would breathe heavy, so Jack Moe, the manager, says, I can't send you up there with a cracked rib. And I said, yes, you can. I went up there and didn't play that much, but played with a cracked rib for September.
Did anybody in San Francisco know you had a cracked
Trainers.
rib? And that was it. You didn't. Frank Robinson didn't
built
know.
my own little pad, put it on there, and I had to have the trainers kind of wrap it up, put it on there. Pitch on the way. Hit high in the air, left field. This ball is a no-doubter. Riccio goes yard, upper deck. Guardians up 2-0.
Well, he turned on that one like he knew it was coming. That was a pretty swing from Brian Rocchio.
Rocchio, the 7th of the year.
No more for his glove, Danny, but he's providing a little shot of adrenaline offensively as well from that shortstop spot.
You know, every time we start talking about what they can't do, they do it.
Yeah.
You know, he said they're not a home run hitting team. Like a little changeup, but that was middle in. And he did not miss that. So an early 2-0 Guardian lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Rhys Hoskins, he lined out to the shortstop. His first time up. Prelip misfires outside, ball 1.
Good test for the young left-hander here.
100%, I agree. See how he responds to a hard hit single and then a big-time home run. And that ball's crushed, too. This is a no-doubter, and that one's out of here. So they go back-to-back 3-0 Guardians. I didn't see it, but if it's another changeup. Slider, but middle in.
Yeah, right on a tee, and Hoskins hit one out yesterday. We mentioned his OPS numbers against the Twins are through the roof. And Hoskins is built to make that swing. That's what he's supposed to bring to this club.
Yeah, that's center cut. That's 88, and that's over the heart of the plate. That's not down and in. That's not up and away.
Got a little of that cement mixer action to it, and that's not good. First back-to-back home runs for Cleveland all year.
Bazzano bats. He struck out swinging his only at bat. Left-handed hitter. So Tapper first base side, and that's going to go foul. Well, we said how he's going to rebound after Riccio took him deep, and then Hoskins now still nobody out. Fans out there in left field are asking that guy to throw the ball back out on the field, which they definitely do in certain ballparks. Missed down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike, I think, of Chicago. Cubs. And I know a lot of guys, fans, will bring an extra baseball. Their little practice ball from home out of the kid's ball bag, and then throw that one back on the field, keep the real one. And down and away.
Yeah, a real one's a prize. You catch a real home run ball, I mean, that's worth keeping. But we saw it in Houston, they were throwing them back. We saw it, of course, in New York, they were throwing it back.
2 balls and a strike. 3 in here, nobody out. And that's outside. So 3 balls and a strike. Prelip, well, his pitch count was in pretty good shape. He's at 55 right now in the top half of the 4th inning. Mazzana, cool stance. He gets in there. He looks quick, and a swing and a miss on a 3-1 pitch.
Mazzana, real cage rat. He spent the off seasons when he was at Oregon State living in the basement up in Seattle of Ryan Roland Smith, a fellow Aussie and a former...
broadcaster with Seattle.
Yeah, the broadcaster, former pitcher.
And he walked him. Went to the breaking ball. Mazzana, he can run 12 stolen bases.
So he lived with Roland Smith, and then he'd go to Driveline, and he just wanted to know everything he could about his swing. Try to figure out, he'd already had all sorts of record-breaking numbers at Oregon State. He wanted to go back and shatter all the records. And he went to work, and he did it. And he became the #1 overall pick, a guy who started out as a cricket star in his native Australia.
Those Australians are pretty good. Wouldn't we have Belfort over here he was a closer, I want to say, with Tampa.
Yeah, Grant Balfour. For a while there, the Twins owned the continent.
They did.
They had everybody who could play from Australia.
And isn't that Roland Smith guy you were talking about?
Roland Smith is an Aussie. We had Luke Hughes, obviously. James Beresford was part of that Australian group. And Glenn Williams, of course, who still has an active 13-game hitting streak, I think. Just went back to Australia, never came back.
I got to tell you, my brother Jeff, when he got done playing he was with Kansas City, went down and played summer ball in Australia and loved it.
Yeah, had a good time.
He really did. Said they practiced too much. Way outside on a pitch to Arias.
That does make sense, though, because I know they get a lot of players from Korea and from Japan, where the practice regimen is crazy, as you well know.
Well, I'm a believer that you have 3 practices for 1 game, and I told my daughter that about Luka, and she said that's too many. Ground ball in the hole short, backhanded by Kreidler. He's going to go across the diamond. 1 hop in time. Nice play. You talked about his glove, showing it off right there. That's the old backhand play. Jumps up, gets his body under control, and has that strong arm to get it across the diamond.
And the head, too, to know that he can't go to second because Bazzana runs too well, and that his only play is at first base, and he made a hard play look really easy.
Keep an eye on him at second now. He don't want him stealing third here as Manzardo bats. Pitch inside, almost hit him.
It's a great point, Danny, because who's the one guy that steals third more than anybody? That's Jose Ramirez. He's the best in the league at it, and Bazzana has been able to study that up close.
Exactly. If I have a teammate like that, that's part of my game, I'm going to learn from one of the best. Ground ball right side. Backhand by Lewis. He'll take it himself. Good job. Runner advances over to third, 2 down. I like that about Royce taking it himself. He's got the speed. Eliminate the pass to the pitcher trying to cover, trying to find a bag. That'll be up to Hedges. He had a single his last time up. Chris was talking about Hedges, not much of a hitter, lifetime 190 hitter, and he laced a single to left field. And peels that one straight back. Good cut there. The Guardians are having some good at-bats this inning.
Yeah, second time through the order, they have certainly made the adjustment.
Preliff strikeout to lead the game off on Fry. Got 2 punch-outs in the second inning, 2 punch-outs in the third. None here in the fourth. And fouled straight back. Again, Hedges. That's why you like him. He takes a good swing and fouls it off. But boy, he looks good.
I tell you what, one of my favorite things about Austin Hedges, when he got traded to Texas at the deadline, he was the voice on the PitchCom, and he put a special little encouraging button in the PitchCom for his pitchers.
Pitch is high, laid off.
And it was him saying an expletive and then, yeah. And so when they'd make a great pitch, he would hit that button and it would pop up in their head, in their device. Their catcher cheering them on, and the pitchers thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Here's 1-2. Popped up, should be playable. Out goes Clemens, in comes Keishel. Keishel has a chance, and he makes the play. Guardians, though, get 3 runs here and a couple of home runs. 1 left on. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Be lead Clemens.
One is Volpe, and he makes the play.
Gorgeous catch. And, oh, yes, he hangs on. A little snow cone on a hot night in Philly.
Out towards right field on the run. Tyler O'Neill dives. The sunglasses are off, and he makes the out.
Line in left, Fry coming on. Now dives! And all of a sudden, he had to come in, dove, and made a nice catch. And, oh, the magician pulls another rabbit out of his hat.
Taylor over, dives, makes the catch.
Wow. Keyshaw with a slide makes a backhanded catch. Standing ovation from Bradley. DeLauder going over, makes the catch. How about Chase DeLauder? What would have been a fair ball, robbing Ezekiel Duran.
Get up, TT. Trammell showing some ups to take.
Dive and catch it. Garatono with a heck of a play. It's going to be Mason Wynn, who comes out of nowhere.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
It'll be Brooks Lee leading off here at the bottom of the 4th inning, down 3-0. With a single his first time up. There's a line drive. There's a base hit into left center field. Lee hustling around first, and he's going to pull up there as the ball gets back into the infield. Good play by their center fielder, Watson. Twins will lead off man, see if they'd answer back. Part of the order here is Cody Clemens. Clemens hit a double high off the wall in the first inning. Just a home run by about a foot. Twins had second and third, nobody out. And then Brooks Lee was picked off third base for the second out. And then Bell grounded out to end it. And a swing and a miss, healthy cut. That's what I like about Clemens. He's so aggressive early in some counts, trying to ambush. And we talked about pitcher for the Guardians and Ciccone, how many first pitch fastballs he throws. He got one there and he missed it. That one missed outside. Since June 1st, Cody with 16 home runs right now. He hit 10 of those in the month of June. He's 1 home run for 50 in his career. Line drive, base hit right field. As Lee will stop at second base, so the Twins answering right back. And that'll get Josh Bell to the plate. Had Bell on last night. He's a pleasant guy to talk to. Very humble. Bats here with 2 on, nobody out. And watches this one go by for a low strike.
Yeah, he's a pro's pro, and he has had a massive influence on this club.
And it started really in spring training. Off speed, line drive, base hit right field. Runners had to hold up. They're going to hold everybody up. Line drive right by the first baseman. Hoskins tried to backhand it, couldn't come up with it. So the runners froze, And by the time it got back into the infield, Reddy could just advance one base for Royce Lewis.
Dan, remember back in the Dodgers series, every time the Twins would score, they would give runs back in the next half inning. The Twins have flipped that script a little bit over the course of the last road trip and yesterday, and now they're trying to once again answer immediately.
And a guy to give him a lead with one swing at a bat, and Royce Lewis popped up his first pitch. Takes that one in there for a strike. That handicaps you sometimes. When my very first at bat, I swing at that first pitch. So my next at bat, boy, I only saw one pitch. Maybe I should take one. That was right down the heart of the plate. Bases juiced. Here it is. Fastball missed away.
Royce is 3 for 14 with the bases loaded. He's driven in 8, including a sac fly on the year.
Yeah, what's Tristan Gray?
He's
a couple grand slams.
He's the new Mr. Grand Slam.
Need to get some runs here. And missed inside. Threw that cutter at 88.
And the guy you want with the bases loaded is Larnach. He's 3 for 3.
Well, Carantini's in the on-deck circle, switch hitter. Yeah, Royce gets something to drive here. Outfield playing him at a pole. Way outside and low. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Look for one pitch here, Danny.
Yeah, you can be really selective here. With nobody out, it better be right in your wumping zone. Going to find out. Here it is. A little slow tapper, third base. That's going to go foul. Might have chased one ball outside, but
that was a sinker that just never came all the way back.
sinker ground balls.
That's what he was looking for.
Get it up. I was going to call timeout. Timeout, 3-2 like that. I'm talking to myself. We're ready to go. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and he walked them. Walked in a run. Twins now trail 3-1.
Danny, that right there from Royce Lewis, that's a sign of the selflessness that we talk about a lot with this club, because it's easy to want to be the hero in this spot and get the big swing and get all the glory. But instead of getting himself out by chasing that pitch well off the plate, he's more than happy to take the RBI and pass the baton to Caratini and let him be in the batter's box for that big moment. And that's something this team has done really well all year long.
Yeah, that was a good at bat in that he chased that 3-1 pitch. And in that one there was about the same pitch. And having seen it prior, like he said, the focus was looking for a middle in, something where my hitting zone is. Carl Willis, pitching coach.
Your teammate?
For the Guardians out there to talk to his pitcher.
Yeah, and that was the crux of it, right, is that what he wanted to hit, Ciccone was not going to throw it. And so don't give in.
Watching Ciccone on the monitor here, he's out there on the mound actually talking to himself. And used to see Liam Hendricks do that. Caratini to the plate and missed inside with a fastball. Well, that's a strike.
No challenge.
Could have challenged that. One in, 3 on, nobody out. And missed down and in, almost hit him. He is overheating.
Red lights on, as you would say.
Yes, a little bit of body temperature on the rise. Carl Willis going to have to go to the phone. Somebody up. 60 pitches. Pulled foul.
Nice play by the ball guy down the right field line. We've seen a lot of those balls end up in the outfield in New York and then yesterday, but that was a good scoop. Danny, that walk to Royce was the 10th bases loaded walk the Twins have taken this year. Pittsburgh leads the league with 13. but 10 bases loaded walks.
And the Twins are a team that are not a chase team.
There you go. And the Rockies were not on that list.
Mm-mm. Another good pitch right here. He needs to focus in on 2-1. Pulled down the right field line, and that ball's going to go foul. Saucony's just trying to get the ball over the plate somewhere. Not really trying to dot it anywhere, but now with a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes, just a little bit too much inside, could not keep that ball fair.
I think Saucony's looking for Chase here. I think this is off the plate.
You think Chase? Okay.
I think he's been nibbling.
Swung on and missed, got him, and he chased a big old curveball. That's up in your eyes, big strikeout there. That's the 4th. There's Saucony here, and now it's going to get, how about Luke Keyshaw to the plate?
Yeah, he threw that big old breaking ball, and I think his thinking was, I can't get hurt on that pitch because it's going to be so far in off the plate. But he got what he wanted, which was a swing and miss.
He flipped it up, and so it's up in my eyes, and I commit, and it's gone. Swung on and lifted into shallow center field. It'll be caught. Throw to the plate is not in time. 3-2 Guardians. Yeah, it's a pretty good arm right there by center fielder Watson. Missed the cutoff man. No chance for Bell to tag and go to third on it, but good job, Luke Keyshaw, picking up his RBI. 27 now on the year for the sac fly.
The key for the Twins in their recent little hot streak has been 2-out runs. Not settling after that second out is made. And let's see if Alan Roden can pick up a 2-out run here for the Twins.
He did good at bat his first time out. Ended up flying out to left center field. So the Twins answered right back after the Guardians plated 3. A couple of home runs. Roden takes it inside, ball 1. Allen hit 8 home runs down in AAA this year, drove in 24. Popped up, get out of here, and that'll reach the seats. Roden played in just 33 ball games. Had 6 doubles. Bats here with a count of 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 2 in. Twins out hitting the Guardians 5-4. Ciccone, line drive, base hit into center field. Bell will score easily with the tying run. Lewis to third base as Alan Roden picks up his first hit, 2026 season, first RBI, and ties the game up. And I think that's going to be it. He's going to hit the showers. So we're going to have a pitching change. Brought to you by Uponor. It's a GF brand. Count on Uponor for all the plumbing that performs. Scoreboard update next with John Vitas here on your home for Twins Baseball.
5-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa with special guest, Government Mule. Live in concert on Saturday.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
They're loaded now for Langoliers.
2 grand slams in his career. Cracked to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Langoliers has a grand slam. Shea's 3rd home run of the series is
is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Shoe Langoliers can do no wrong right now.
Not only did Holderman pitch at Southern Illinois, where Shelty went, but he played for Derek in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the first battery face is Kreidler in first pitch. There's the sweeper, and it missed outside, ball one.
New guy, right into the ball game, first and third. Twins going to let him throw a little bit, though.
Kreidler struck out looking on a challenge play. Ground ball, third base. He'll flip it over to second and retire the runner Roden at second. Twins, though, answer back. They get 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave 2. New score after 4. It's knotted up 3-3 on your home for Twins baseball.
Driven deep to left field. Going back Ramos. Track. Wall. See ya. A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now!
Bludgeoned.
He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour up the bat.
Big G, ringing the bell. His first homer of the season. His second RBI in as many games.
We have an animal on the field. Skunk City.
Oh, nobody is going near it. Look at that.
Killer skunk.
Going into the dugout. That'll empty that dugout in a hurry. Look at him go. And the cameraman to go.
And a call, strike 3. Change up right down the chute.
Watch his bite on this ball. Whee! Right at the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
Well, that changeup rears its ugly head again, this time to Haggerty, and see how far out in front he was of that one.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. He's mixed it in all his pitches. And he picked up another K.
Stalemate is over.
Yeah, that was Joey Bart with a 2-run homer. It's now 3-0 Atlanta. Raisel Iglesias on for the save in the bottom of the 9th, guys.
But a left-hander Watson leading off. First pitch from Prelib over the plate, low ball 1. Watson struck out looking his first time up. Current trend, he's just 2 for his last 14, 18 for his last 115. That's a 157 batting average. Slow tapper, be fielded by Lewis. He'll underhand flip. Prelib, nice play there. Being covering first base. Prelib like banged the bag kind of hard. Kind of flinched just a little bit. I believe he's going to be all right.
I'm going to read a list here real fast. Khalil Watson, Lane Thomas, Miles Straw, Stephen Kwan, Domingo Santana, Tyler Naquin, Lonnie Chisenhall, Abraham Almonte, Colin Cowgill, Brandon Moss, David Murphy, Drew Stubbs, and Shin-Soo Choo. You know what that list is?
Players that played for the Cleveland
center fielders since Grady Sizemore left the Cleveland organization. And that's not even the full list.
Well, here's Fry. And he takes that pitch outside, ball 1. There were some good players there.
But they've only had one guy who's made opening day starts in consecutive years in that position since Grady left.
Check swing foul. Found his bat. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I remember Sizemore took over for the great Kenny Lofton, who was a brilliant center fielder in Cleveland. So they got spoiled there for quite a while.
Well, they've always had. I mean, you go back early days, there was a Joe Charbonneau.
Super Joe.
Fouled into the netting. And now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Didn't last very long.
Super Joe Charbonneau. He had a song. You knew Joe way back when at college days.
Yeah.
When he was bare knuckle fighting in boxcars and opening bottles with his eye socket.
Hard to believe. Laid off a pitch down and in the dirt.
I remember Scotty Olger told me that he hitched a ride home at the end of a season with Joe Charbonneau. And it was Scotty was driving, and then he hands the keys over to Joe, and Scotty goes to sleep. And he woke up in, it wasn't Deadwood, it was Tombstone, Arizona, or somewhere.
Pitch outside, 3-2.
Completely out of their way.
Yeah.
Because Joe had seen the sign and was like, oh, I'd like to see that.
Probably no hurry to get home. Runs the count full 3-2. David Fry taps foul. Fry just a .210 hitter, 61 ball games. .3-2. Tap foul again, went off speed. Pre-Lib at 74 pitches right now. Last time out, said he went 6 innings. He struck out 10, didn't walk anybody in that ball game. Through 95 pitches. Fouled off again right side. Tied up 3-3 here in the top half of the 5th inning. As Pre-Lib looks to pitch out of the stretch, delivers. Got him on a slider. Strikeout number 6, second out of the inning. And that'll get the left-handed hitting DeLauder to the plate. Single. DeLauder started that 3-run rally with a leadoff base hit. Riccio then jumped on a changeup, hit his 7th. And then Reese Hoskins went back-to-back. He hit his 9th on a breaking ball. 2 down, and a pitch missed outside. Curious how he was going to respond after the team answered back in the bottom of the 4th with 3 runs. Check swing, and they're going to first ask if he went. He did not.
The catcher's challenge in the pitch. The call is confirmed. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
See, that's with 2 outs, left-hander. Not a big situation there to challenge. And now it's 2 balls and no strikes. And that went over the plate low. 3 balls and no strikes to the lefty.
Also maybe a respect level for the hitter that he is, knowing the importance to get a strike against DeLauder.
He hasn't earned it yet. Got to have some time in. And that pitch.
The catcher's challenge in the pitch.
DeLauder dropped his bat, and then he picked it back up. He thinks it's a strike. And it is.
The call is overturned.
What you love about Caratini there, Danny, is he didn't get gun shy because he missed the 1.
Yeah.
He knew that was a strike and how important it was to keep him off first base. Great
Riccio
job.
due up next. And there's a strike. Painted on the outside corner. DeLauder said he hit 5 home runs in the first 7 games of the season. Just has 8 on the year. And now he walks him. Little 2-out walk. Second walk issued by Pre-Lib here tonight, and that's going to get Riccio to the plate. The Guardians have always, I felt, and other than when you talked about the center field, they've always been strong up the middle. Good shortstop, good second baseman. Pops this one up, should be playable out in front of home plate. Here comes Lee. Lee calling everybody off and puts that away. So a little 2-out walk, strands him at first. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning, knotted up 3-3 on your home for Twins Baseball. All
Hi, this is Danny Gladden, and Mesh, Besher, and Spence remind you that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins. When an injury throws you a curveball, go with the local veteran that always has your back. Whether it's workers' comp or car accident, they'll step up to the plate for you. The lawyer you choose makes a difference. Call Mesh, Besher, and Spence, the Minnesota lawyers Minnesotans trust.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair delivers cleaner, filtered water while helping reduce plastic bottle use at your home and now at Target Field. Bring your reusable water bottle to the ballpark and fill it up at one of the Pentair water stations located throughout Target Field. Great tasting water, less plastic. It's a home run. Visit Pentair.com/twins to learn more. Pentair, the official smart, sustainable water provider of the Minnesota Twins.
Glenn Perkins here, three-time All-Star closer and born and bred Minnesotan. We all know Minnesota weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity, it can retire a side just as fast as I did. But what if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
La Playa can sound like, for others, it's... But this is our playa. Corona. La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Top of the order for the Twins will be Trevor Larnach leading off 0 for 2. And the first pitch swung on, hit into center field. And Watson started in and out, drifts back. So one pitch, one fly ball out. Let's pause 10 seconds. Our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Twins Baseball. There's Brooks Lee having a night, 2 for 2. Went 1 for 5 with a ribby last night. And he watches this one go by for a strike. Brooks Lee second on the club in RBIs. 49, trying to get to that 50 mark. And a swing and a miss, healthy cut. And now on the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Josh Bell was 60. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, base is empty. Tried to come back with that slider, Lee laid off. $14 home runs this season by Brooks Lee. That ties him for third among Major League switch hitters. Exclusively at third base, so he's up there in that good category of the switch hitters with home runs. There's a ground ball, third base, backhand, nice play there. Rios, nice a throw across the diamond. Good looking play. 2 down, and that'll get Cody Clemens to the plate.
They talked about how Cleveland had always been strong up the middle. There was a question who was going to be the shortstop. And, you know, they had Jimenez and Rosario came over, and Jimenez ended up being so good at second, and Rosario played some short, then they moved on from him. And Arias was one of the guys that was playing short, and then Rocchio just kind of took the lead in that spot. So Arias played some first base.
Line to the left center field, tough play, and it's going to be caught. David Fry out there ran a good route. So a 3 up, 3 down inning. Twins go quietly here in the bottom of the 5th, all knotted up. 3.
Bryce Harper will lead things off as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. That one's hit well. Out toward right center field. It is gone! Home run, Bryce Harper. First of the year. It's a 5-3 game. That was a pretty swing.
That's the way you turn on a ball.
I got to believe that felt just absolutely wonderful for Bryce Harper. He needed that.
It's only the 3rd hit in 24 at-bats, but that's 425 feet.
It's done.
just missed this one, hitting it a ton. Will it stay in the park against the wall? It is off the glove, and it's gone. It's gone. Unbelievable. It was in the ballpark, but it bounced off Nady's glove over the fence for a homer, and Dunn says, I'll take it.
And you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's going to be it. Connor Prelip's night is over. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Walked a couple. Then had 6 strikeouts through 83 pitches. We got a picture on the monitor with him in the dugout. And he had a little blood underneath one of his fingernails. I believe it was his middle finger of his throwing hand. So that might have, trying to think of the pitch that might cause that. Change up. Didn't see many of those late.
Maybe just a bite on a slider that he let go.
Yep.
But, Danny, that may have hastened his removal from the game. He does give him 5 innings. Big spot here now for Adams in a tie game. But Prelip now, we talk about monitoring the workload. He probably doesn't throw again, till after the All-Star break.
Right.
So he's going to have a nice long break, get the fingernail healed up, and keep that arm maintenance program on point.
Well, for Adams coming in here, he's 1-0 with a ERA just a titch under 7. 16 ball games, 22 innings, 12 walks. Does have 30 strikeouts. Giving up 25 hits. So on here to kind of preserve here the 6th inning. And he'll face Rhys Hoskins in the first pitch. Missed down and away. Last time out in New York, Adams, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, danced around in trouble. Had a walk and a strikeout through 19 pitches. And missed outside, stumbled off the mound.
We've seen a lot of the young pitchers make great strides this year. I think Adams needs to join that list. I think he's a guy who could fill a critical role here in this bullpen, but to this point, he has been less than reliable.
And that missed outside, 3 balls and no strikes.
And this is why we've talked about it all year, Danny, that the first batter faced issue with the walk has just been out of control.
Can't imagine Hoskins going to be swinging here. And that's 4 pitches way off the plate. So a leadoff walk to start this 6th inning. Not good.
No, it's just happened way too many times for the Twins bullpen.
Mazzana bats. He had a walk and a strikeout. He's now 0 for 5 in this series. Good-looking young player. And that one catches the outside corner. There's strike 1. Adams 94, 95 with the fastball. Has to locate, pitch to the corners. Does have an off-speed pitch. And that was it right there, the changeup in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Big left-hander Tim Herron is up and warming for Cleveland. Big sidearmer.
Came back with his changeup, and that one caught the outside corner. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cleveland hitters, I don't think, challenge that much. You had mentioned that they're not very successful on it. Especially a young player like this. Ahead 1-2 is Travis Adams, and the pitch down and in.
The thing I see from Bazzana, Danny, is that he doesn't care what the count is. He wants to hit, and I think he's quite comfortable even as a rookie with 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's got good plate coverage. He gets in there. He spreads out pretty well. A little waggle to the bat. And a check swing he went around. Too much movement. Big strikeout.
That's a really nice change up there from Adams. You talked about the development of the off-speed pitch, Danny. What can he throw when he really needs to get a strike and miss a bat? He relied on that changeup, and it got him a big out, and now he'll have to face another lefty as Stephen Vogt's going to play the platoon here with Schneemann.
So Schneemann will get the pinch hit, and that'll take the catcher out. Talk to Adams. Well, that's one thing about Vogt. Like Derek Shelton, similar in that they use their bench, not afraid to use their guys. Always said, I don't care if you're the 10th guy on the team, 26th guy on the team, you're going to play. Be ready. So Caratini done with the conversation with Adams, and Adams nods his head. He likes that pitch call. Long pause, and catches the inside corner, strike one.
Another changeup, Danny.
It's a good pitch for him. It's trouble when he gets behind the count. 1 out, 1 on, tied game 3-3. And a swing and a miss, chase down and in. Good little slider. So Schneemann in the box. Pinch hitting here for Arias. And a check swing, see if he went, held up this time. Came right back with that slider. It's a hard, late breaking slider.
If he throws that changeup down off the plate.
Hodgkin at first. He doesn't run well at all. No stolen base attempts. Popped up on a changeup. Shallow left center field. Kreidler out. It's going to be Kreidler calling. And Kreidler takes charge. Puts that one away. Easy pop up. Good changeup there by Adams. Manzardo's going to bat.
They give Caratini some credit, too, here, because to start the inning with Hoskins, 4-pitch walk. It was cutter, four-seam. And Caratini said, okay, let's find pitch that we can throw for a strike. And he found that changeup and the slider.
And that one missed. Well, the changeup was set up by the two sliders down and in. And then in order to put that changeup in play, he had to decelerate his swing and an easy out. That one missed outside. And that's where Adams kind of gets himself in trouble. He can get some quick, easy outs, and then all of a sudden fall behind. 2 balls, no strikes. And a throw over, dive back by Hoskins, and he makes it safely.
He's not thrown a fastball for a strike this inning. And I don't think Manzardo's the guy you want to groove a fastball to in this lineup.
Not in this situation.
No.
Especially with Hedges on deck, and that pitch missed inside. One thing about Adams, he can kind of lose a little bit. 12 walks in 22 pitches, 22 innings pitched. That one catches the outside corner. There's your strike.
Yeah, with a fastball. So now 3-1. Big pitch here.
Here it is on the way. Changeup. Nice pitch. Runs at full 3-2. Adams made a lot of friends out in New York and walking around the outfield playing catch with a football with the fans.
He took his show on the road. Started it here, and he took it to both Houston and New York.
Lewis will play behind Hoskins at first base. Cover a little more ground. Big pitch here. Ground ball pulled foul. Out in front, stayed with the changeup, confidence that he can throw it for a strike. Hey, Twins baseball along for every summer adventure. The first 5,000 fans Sunday going to receive this Twins branded canvas beach tote. It's a bag. It's presented by Lee County, perfect for game days, lake days, or everything in between. Go to twins.com/tickets. The runner goes and popped up. Larnick in left field, no problem. Comes in and puts it away. So Adams, little fist pump as he departs. They strand one, going to the bottom of the sixth. It'll be Bell Lewis.
Brincones comes running in. He dives. He made the catch. Diving play. Dansby slots it for the winner.
He's at the wall and he makes the catch.
The throw there is in time to get him. From the edge of the outfield grass, he throws in time. What a play.
The 20-year-old rookie does it again. Oh, man, what a play.
Griffin ranging. He does it again.
Watson charging hard. Dives and made the catch.
Grab with a leap by McGonigal at short.
Reeled in on a diving grab by Green.
Charged by Altuve. Bare hand by Jose. And the play at first. Out. Sliding to make a super catch is Lane Thomas.
Going out Cole Emerson with a leap. And he makes the catch.
He jumps, makes the catch, racing toward the wall in deep right.
Bounces it across. Nice stretch by Vaughn. They got him. Boy, that was smooth by Joey Ortiz. Left side, Manny sliding to his left has got it.
Dazzling play by Manny Machado.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All-star number. Here is your budget giving you a slow clap, because this is Target Field. There's no place like here. Get your tickets at twins.com.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Josh Bell in the box for the Twins here in the bottom of the sixth inning. New pitcher, left-hander Tim Herron. First pitch down and in, almost hit him. Lefty Herron. Out of the stretch. Hit off down the right field line. That will slice foul. Herron 1-4 on the year. 19 walks, 32 innings, so he can get wild. Bell crushes this to left center field. Long run, Watson. He'll pull up and make the catch. Right there at the warning track. Died down out there in left center field. Left the bat well. In the series versus Cleveland, sponsored by Orville Redenbacher, is perfect for movie nights, game day, or anytime you need a quick, satisfying snack. Make it simple. Make it delicious. Make it Orville Redenbacher. Available now at Cub.
A lot of curveballs and sliders from Herron. Danny's got that funky arm angle from the left side.
Fastball right there at 95. A lot of arms, legs.
Hence the walks and the hit batters.
You have a lot of movement like that, inconsistent with your landing spot, inconsistent with your arm slot, and he missed up and away with that fastball.
Well, Bell squared it up, and now is sitting in a 2-0 count. Let's see if Royce can get one to drive.
Line drive off his backside, going to go to first base. It'll be picked up, and Lewis will be tagged out. And Herron is grabbing his left arm. He is hurting right in the elbow. And he takes his fist and pounds the grass. He is bent over. A line drive right off the left elbow.
Yeah, Lewis hit it right through the box, about 90 off the bat. And that caught Herron flush, and it directed itself off his body right to first base. That tells you how hard it hit him and how flush it was. Mm-hmm. It went all the way to the first baseman without stopping. He's going to have to leave the game.
So Herron will depart. They did record the out. So we're going to get a pitching change here, and Carl Willis is going to...
Well, this is the World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Deep toward right center. Over on the run is Schumann. Looking up at the wall. It's off the bottom of the wall. Ricochets away for extra bases. Rounding third, scoring Fortes. Stopping at third is Diaz. At second with a double is Jonathan Aranda. Jonathan is driven in both Rays runs. And they now lead 2-0 in the fifth.
Yeah, two hits and 3 RBIs for Jonathan Aranda. Yandy Diaz 4 for 4 with a double and a run scored. And how about the Rays pitching? Shane McClanahan, 6 1/3 shutout innings, got his 8th win of the year, and the bullpen excellent as well. Cole Sulser, an inning and 2/3 scoreless. Brian Baker, a perfect inning, struck out all 3 batters, and he got his 25th save. That's second most in the major leagues. Rays now lead the Yankees in the AL East by 5 games, and the Yankees have the #1 wild card. So right now, a loss for them helps out the Twins a little bit too. Guys?
It's going to be right-hander Sean Armstrong. He was up warming earlier. And first batter he'll face will be Carantini. Carantini tonight, strikeout and a flyout. First pitch is taken in their first strike series. Head on down to the Farm Minor League update. I'm going to see the Rapids Colonels came away with a 3-2 victory over the South Bend Cubs earlier. Yasier Mercedes, he blasted a go-ahead 2-run home run in the 8th inning to propel the Colonels to the big win. No balls and a strike. Carantini bats. Base is empty. 3-3 tie. And the righty delivers high and away.
Orsi up for the Twins, Danny. It's a critical juncture of this ball game because if Cleveland pokes their nose ahead, you've got the Cade Smith-Hunter Gaddis combo at the back end that can be really, really salty.
Yeah, their bullpen is really kind of helped them out all year. That one's pulled down the right field line foul. And we say that because the offense, they're always in ball games, and we talked about all the one-run games that they're in. But they just have good enough pitching. They need just a little bit more offense. And that's high and away, 2-2. And with Ramirez coming back, going to add some punch, most likely after the All-Star break.
Now they're targeting end of July for Jose's return, so 2 full months of Jose Ramirez.
2-2. That's lifted in the air behind third base. And Fry is out there, and Fry puts it away. So a 3-of-3 down inning. We've completed 6 here at Target Field. Still knotted up at 3 apiece.
Dirt can popped up.
Dirt can may have popped up.
I'm just trying to watch the game. This is an obstructed view seat now.
Leone Taveras dropped the ball. Can you believe it?
And pitch. Sal jumped in. Foul ball.
That's like a stage dive at a concert.
Say's ready. I think that's Clark's hat. That's not going to work, Saya.
Welcome to Detroit, where it's just anarchy here tonight. We got all sorts of stuff going on.
On the mound for the Marlins, it is Yuri Perez. The 22-year-old won't turn 23 until April 15th, and last season had a 4.25 ERA. Those numbers are very deceiving because he had a really strong finish. Perez has got him 0-2. See ya.
That's the old good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and all on heaters. When you got it going, stay with it.
3-2 right there. Called strike 3.
The four-seamer, which he'll throw probably over 50% of the time.
Nobody on, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch from Perez to Rumfield. Called strike 3. Look at the emotion from Yuri Perez in his season debut. Yuri got him with a fastball. He gets the approval of Sandy Alcantara. 7 innings for Perez.
Yeah, and it's really amazing when you say he's still just 22 years old.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The Game. Unwind in modern rooms with stadium views and enjoy everything downtown Minneapolis has to offer. The Lofton Hotel, proud Twins hotel partner.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Hey, Twins Hall of Fame weekend is happening this Saturday. I'd like you to celebrate Twins broadcaster Dick Bramer. His 40 years on the air. Get your tickets at twins.com/tickets. Up for the 7th inning. Good ball game. Tied up 3-3. Take you the rest of the way. Here's Chris.
All right, thank you, Danny. We talk about opportunity in the bullpen. Travis Adams seized his, a scoreless 6th inning from Adams. And now it's up to Eric Orsi, coming off a tough outing in New York. He gave up a couple of runs in a couple of innings. And his first pitch is just wide to the right-handed batting Hedges. And the count is 1 ball, no strikes. Hedges, 1 of 4 hits tonight for the Guardians. As a pitch down and away, 2-0. Twins have out-hit them 6-4. All of the runs in the 4th inning. 3-run 4th for Cleveland, a 3-run bottom of the 4th to answer for Minnesota. Orsi delivers. And he catches the bottom rail for a strike, 2-1. Taylor Rogers, who worked in the 9th inning last night, got the first 2 outs. He's up and warming for the Twins. A chess match between Stephen Vogt and Derek Shelton. 2-1. It's taken for a strike, 2-2. Austin Hedges, Southern California native, followed by Khalil Watson and then David Fry. Here in the top of the 7th, the pitch. It's taken for a called strike 3. Great job, Eric Orsi. He came back with a heater at 94 to freeze Hedges.
He fell behind 2-0 on pitches way outside and then said, okay, I'm going to dot you here. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3.
Now it's Watson who's 0 for 2. He struck out looking. He bounced out to first. Bats from the left side. Get that splitter into play here for Orsi. Orsi appearing in his 36th game. And the first pitch down and in 1 ball, no strikes. It was a splitter. Stephen Kwan has been summoned to pinch hit for David Fry. So Kwan, the lefty, on deck for Fry, the right-hander. Orsi has to face at least 3. So he will definitely be seeing Kwan. Pitch on the way. High, and the count 2-0 again. Caratini going to go out and chat with Orsi. Well, Troy Hawkins was having some fun with Orsi when we left New York. They have that little clubhouse where the relievers can hang out in the bullpen in New York, and so they had the TV broadcast on. And it was the national feed, but Corey was doing the ball game. And so LaTroy was like, that's our man, CP on the air. It's great to see him. And Orsi was like, who's that? Had no idea who he was. He's like, he's our guy. He's on the plane. He's on the bus. You've seen him.
But then Hawk brought everybody back on the plane.
So then on the plane, we all sit in the back. Hawk made Orsi come to the back of the plane and introduced him to Corey and you and me. He shook all of our hands, a little sheepishly. And then he went back to the front of the plane, and Hawk just kept laughing.
And Hawk goes, you don't need to know these other guys.
2-0. Wide. That's ball 3. That one slipped out of his hands. 3-0 now.
Don't walk this guy.
No, he's speedy. And Kwan's a contact guy on deck, and in a tie ball game, that is a recipe for disaster. Orsi offers it up, and he missed. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. So that's the second 4-pitch walk out of the Twins bullpen. Adams worked around a leadoff 4-pitch walk, and now Orsi a 1-out 4-pitch walk. He'll have to face Kwan, but then with DeLoiter, a lefty, and then Rocchio, the switch hitter, it'll be up to Derek Shelton to figure out if it's going to be Orsi or if it's going to be Taylor Rogers. Double play takes all that out of play, but Kwan, tough guy to double up.
Doesn't like to swing early. He's a patient hitter.
Not a lot of swing and miss. Brooks is in on the grass at third. Loves to shoot that ball to the left side of the diamond. The pitch misses in off the plate. A fastball at 92. 1 ball, no strikes. When Orsi is his most effective, he gets ahead with the fastball and the breaking ball.
Yeah, and then he can go to the splitter.
Short lead for Watson, not running. And Kwan takes a strike and the count 1-1. Kwan having a very un-Stephen Kwan-like season, hitting just .218. He still walks a bunch, but the slug way down. Just 1 home run. It came in April. Feet close together, closest stance in baseball. Throw over to first, and Watson steps back under the tag of Lewis. But Watson had a short lead, a very casual move back to the base, and he was nearly out. Twins are thinking about challenging this play at first base. They are not going to. Mark Hallberg says no. Hangs up the phone. Watson hops off the bag. The 1 ball, 1 strike. He's running, and the pitch is fouled away, and the count is 1-2. He had a good lead.
He had a good lead, good jump, and Kwan could have been a hit and run on there. Kwan's pretty good at that.
That was not a new term I learned today, a vault steal.
I don't want to hear it. Okay, I heard it too.
I had to ask what it meant. Apparently it's working for Merrick Houston. 1-2, a throw over. Dives to the back of the bag this time, not as casual. So that's 2 disengagements. Now here's an interesting spot. We saw the Twins do this in Tampa Bay with Cedric Mullins when they thought this guy's been getting good jumps anyway, and with 2 disengagements, let's just throw over a third time and see if we can get him. He runs, the pitch is in the dirt, and he steals it easily. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the go-ahead run is now at second base with speed, and that's Khalil Watson.
Well, Chris, what play is kind of gone away in the dinosaur now, and that is the pitch out.
Yeah.
You know, if you know he's going to be running here, why not just help your catcher out? He bounced one in the dirt there.
Watson, a big lead at second. Kwan slices one down the third baseline, foul. All this stress emanating from the 4-pitch walk to Watson. Now it's Kwan with the dangerous DeLoiter in the on-deck circle. 3-3 score. If the Cleveland Guardians score, they're going to go to that A bullpen. And a pitch high, and the count is 3-2. And if you're the Twins, you want no part of that A bullpen. That bullpen is nasty. Cade Smith, an all-star at the back end.
The outfielders are shallow. Give themselves a better chance, maybe a base hit, and throw them out.
3-2 is taken for a ball just off the corner of the plate, and Kwan will walk. Back-to-back walks from Orsi, the lefty, DeLotter up. Do you go to the Rogers, the left-on-left matchup?
I think you're kind of forced to.
We're waiting to see if Derek Shelton will make a move.
The coaches are getting out of the way to let him come up the steps.
Caratini's out. Going through a series of signals. Now you've got a switch hitter in Rocchio, then a righty in Hoskins. Now Orsi is a ground ball guy. but they're not going to let him pitch here. Finally, after an extended delay, Derek Shelton's going to come out and get the ball from Eric Orsi. So Orsi got the first man, but back-to-back walks have the Twins in a heap of trouble, and we'll see if Taylor Rogers can get him out of it. This pitching change brought to you by Upon.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I'm Jonathan Nahum, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Run this spring.
Yeah, they would continue to stretch the lead. Orioles mounted a comeback late, but the Cubs hang on for a 9-7 win. PCA, the first Cub to have consecutive 2020 seasons since Sammy Sosa in 93 and 94, guys.
All right, thank you, John. Right here, it's a bit of a pickle for Taylor Rogers. He inherits a couple of runners. Runners on at first and second. The speedy Khalil Watson walked on 4 pitches, stole second base. And then Stephen Kwan, who also has plus speed, walked on a full count pitch from Orsi. So with 1 out, Rogers is on to face Chase DeLauder. He faced DeLauder last night with 2 outs in the ninth, and he walked him in a 9-pitch at bat. And then Gomez came on and got the final out for the save. Rogers became Target Field's all-time leader in games pitched last night. A long look back to second. He delivers to DeLauder, line drive, just past Lewis and into right field. That's a base hit. They're going to wave Watson in. The throw from Roden to the plate, not in time. And just like that on 1 pitch, it's a 4-3 lead for the Cleveland Guardians. Good base running by Kwan. He advances to third base. It's an RBI single for young Chase DeLauder. And the Minnesota Twins find themselves looking up at Cleveland as that bullpen will get itself revving for Stephen Vogt. 4-pitch walk comes back to haunt him. 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter. DeLauder got to see a bunch of Taylor last night. That certainly helps. Now the infield comes in. Switch hitting Rocchio. He squares to bunt. The squeeze is on. Pushes it up towards Rogers. Rogers bobbles it. Everyone's safe. And it's a 2-run lead. Rogers came off the mound to the first base side, which is tough for a lefty. And he found himself backpedaling as he was looking at home plate. And it ends up being a successful sacrifice bunt for Rocchio, but he ends up at first base as the run scores. Rogers allows both inherited runners to score. It's 5-3 Guardians. Still just 1 out, runners on at first and second. Charge the error to Rogers.
You know, he fielded it and just for some reason took a peek at home. And in the transfer there, he just bobbled it. Hot potato.
Now it's Hoskins. Dangerous matchup here. Already a homer tonight for Hoskins. Off a lefty and Prelip. And the first pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Rogers at this stage of his career lacking some zip on the heater. The righties are a tougher matchup for him. He added that cutter to try to miss some barrels, but a guy like Hoskins, this is his platoon utopia. There's a strike taken, the count is 1-1.
Yeah, I'm not so much it is to miss bats as it is to get soft contact.
Yeah, to stay off the barrel.
Yeah.
To stay off the barrel and get some soft contact, some outs. That's what he's looking for here. Double play ends the inning. Runners are bouncing around. The pitch swung through in the count 1-2. Now Hoskins Not a fast runner. Twins are back looking for a double play. Bazzana, the lefty, is on deck. Funderburk, the lefty, is up in the pen for Minnesota. 2-strike delivery pending. It's on the way. Swung on a miss, and he strikes out Hoskins. Nice job by Taylor Rogers to get the right-hander. And now it's Bazzana left on left. With those 2 walks coming back to haunt in a big-time way. 5-3, Guardians on top. They play so many close games. Rogers trying to keep it a close game. Runners on at first and second. Can't let Bazzana keep the line moving. First pitch is wide, 1 ball, no strikes. Bazzana climbs right in, spreads out, squats down, powerfully built. Rogers looks back at second out of the plate. There's a strike. 1-1. We're at the top of the 7th. Guardians scored 3 in the 4th, back-to-back home runs. Rocchio and Hoskins off Prelip. Twins then answer with 3 of their own to tie. And now 2 here in the 7th for Cleveland. They're looking for more. Rogers delivers. That's a strike. And the count is 1-2. Twins will have the bottom third of their order against Armstrong in the bottom of the 7th. This one, a little excuse-me roller left side of the diamond. Kreidler able to stop it and keep it out of the outfield grass, but it's going to be an infield hit. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Kreidler saved a run. Bazzana, we talked about him as a cricket player, Danny. Growing up, that was a cricket swing, and it got him a base hit. And now the ball is thrown away on the infield, and a run scores.
No.
What happened?
Umpire called timeout.
Had to be. DeLauder came screaming down the line as the ball got away from Rogers, but now he'll be sent back to third. Oh. Be still my beating heart. Infield hit, loads the bases. Again, Kreidler saves a run. And now it's Schneemann, remember, who hit for Bazzana, or who hit for Arias earlier. So another lefty-lefty matchup and a strike called 0-1. Getting back to that hit by Bazzana, here's a slugger, Danny, who just literally played pepper to the empty spot on the infield with the way the defense was aligned. Good piece of hitting. 0-1 high, 1-1.
Yeah, it was kind of a check swing, and he left the bat head out, and the angle of it just allowed the point of contact to get that ball to shortstop. And like you said, Kreidler made a great play. If he doesn't get that, that's another run.
Here's the 1-1. Wide, 2-1. There's no place to put him. 8th man to bat in the inning. Started with a strikeout of Hedges, then it was a 4-pitch walk at the bottom of the order. Stolen base, full count walk. Rogers' first pitch laced to right field by DeLauder, then the sac bunt with the error. Hoskins struck out, Bazzana an infield hit. And a much-needed strike here to Schneemann to square the count at 2-2.
Well, Twins got a gift run back in that 3-run 4th with a bases loaded. Remember, Royce Lewis had a 3-ball, 2-strike count.
2-2 here to Schneemann. And the pitch. And he looks at it inside. They're going to challenge it. It was called ball.
Catcher's challenging the pitch.
It's either going to be the end of the inning or the Twins
Guaranteed he's already walking to the dugout.
Yeah, he's out of the inning. Let the crowd tell you.
Ball is overturned.
Rogers gets the strikeout, and that's the inning, but 2-run score. And the Guardians now with a 5-3 lead. We go to the 7th inning stretch at Target Field on your home for Twins baseball.
I want to see what JJ does in these spots. Down 2 strikes. In the air center. Mullins on the run. Still going back. JJ Wetherholt homers in his debut. Incredible. Just goosebumps right now at Busch Stadium. You could not have written that any better. 0-2, dead center field, 425-foot shot. My goodness. How fast can you fall in love, St. Louis?
2 down for Matt Olson. Nelson looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first. Matt Olson drives it out to center. Thomas is back. Is it above the yellow line? It is. scores, and it's a solo homer for Matt Olson to get the party started in the desert on this Thursday night.
Again, where do you want this pitch? You want it in the bottom half of the zone. That's where that four-seam fastball was. That allows Matt Olson to get the barrel to it, and he smoked it.
So Atlanta with a 1-0 lead.
Lewis, Keyshaw, and then a big swing from Alan Roden.
Ciccone, line drive, base hit into center field. Bell will score easily with the tying run. Lewis to third base as Alan Roden picks up his first hit, 2026 season, first RBI, and ties the game up.
Yeah, Prelip lifted after 5. Twins B bullpen coughs it up there in the 7th, 5-3 Guardians, and now it looks like, guys, we're going to see Cleveland's A bullpen.
Yeah, not yet. It's Armstrong. Again, I think all these guys get A's in the Cleveland bullpen as the pitch is down and away to Keyshaw. Remember, Armstrong was hastened into the ballgame because Tim Herron was hit by that line drive on the arm. Had to leave the game in the 6th. Armstrong got the last out. Now he nearly hits Luke Keyshaw. That one practically grazed his front elbow, but Luke able to spin out of the way. It's 2-0. So Armstrong, the righty. There is a lefty up. I think that's Sabrowski up and warming in the pen. Pitch to Keyshaw is taken for a strike, 2-1. Luke is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 2nd, sac fly in the 4th inning. Roden will follow, and then Kreidler's spot. Here's the pitch. And that's off the plate away, and the count is 3-1. Now, because he got the last out of the 6th inning, Armstrong is only required to face Keyshaw and Roden. So if you thought, we'll hit the lefty Gray against the righty Armstrong, they could go to Sabrowski. That's ball 4 taken high by Keyshaw. That's a great way to start the inning. So walks were critical in Cleveland snatching this 5-3 lead, and now Keyshaw with good speed is aboard. And here's Roden. Lined out to left, and then an RBI single to right field for Alan Roden. 12 games last year, 6 hits, a double and a homer among them. The first pitch to Roden is taken for a strike outside corner. Roden starts open, not like a Matt Wallner open, more like a track stance open. Pitch on the way, and it's wide, 1-1. And then Danny, he kind of swings the foot and then hovers.
Yeah, he doesn't bring the foot, the leg kick, the knee up, bell tie. He just picks his foot up and just swings it in like, just like a door.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on and popped in the air, shallow left. Kwan's the new left fielder, and he'll run in under this one. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Roden retired, and Kreidler will bat. The lefty Sabrowski is up in the pen. Kwan stays in the game after hitting for Fry. You've got the lefty Larnach on deck. Hey, this series with Cleveland, another tight one, and it's sponsored by Orville Redenbacher. Perfect for movie night, game day, or anytime you need a quick, satisfying snack. Make it simple, make it delicious. Make it Orville Redenbacher, available now at Cub. Kreidler awaits, watches a breaking ball, snap throw down to first, and Keyshaw's back. 1 ball, no strikes. Now, one of the biggest plays in this game was Hedges picking off Lee on that called pickoff at third base in the first. Second and third, 1 out for Bell, and that deflated the whole inning. 1-0 pitch. Kreidler watches down. 2-0.
Kreidler's got power. Make a mistake on him, he can hurt you.
Twins didn't homer yesterday, haven't homered today. Pitch down and away, 3-0. That's what you like to see. All right, Danny, I'll ask you this. 3-0, is it a green light, or do you just force him to throw you a strike?
Well, I think Kreidler's taking a long look, but I think it's keep the bat on your shoulder.
Yeah. 3-0 pitch, and that's taken for a strike, up and in. But He was trying to just throw one over. He missed. That was well off the plate. Kreidler doesn't challenge, but that was ball 4. So that's one of those. It's been a strike forever because it's 3-0, but with ABS you could correct it. Ball 4 anyway. It's down and away. Second walk of the inning. All right, we're seeing some synergy here. A 3-run fourth for Cleveland. Twins got 3 in their half of the fourth. 2 walks led to 2 runs in the top of the 7th for Cleveland. That's now 2 walks to the Twins. And Trevor Larnach will have a chance against the lefty Sobrowski here to tie this game in the bottom half of the 7th inning. This pitching change is brought to you by Uponor, a GF brand. Count on Uponor for plumbing that performs.
Will it stay in the park against the wall? It is off the glove, and it's gone. It's gone.
You'll see it. You'll see it.
They're nowhere near where the ball is.
Here comes Dillon. Whoa, he stumbles and he falls on a weird play.
On the ground left side, Cora. See, Hopper stumbles. Now one of those embarrassing moments that all players have.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Break for just the 4th time in franchise history, and they're 15-2 at home over their last 17 games. They beat the Mariners 2-0. And Chris, do I see Austin Martin with a bat and a helmet?
You are correct, sir. Austin Martin's going to hit for Trevor Larnach here against Eric Sobrowski, the left-hander. So the Twins will go to their platoon and see what Austin Martin can do off the bench. He's been highly effective in this role throughout the course of the year. Sobrowski pitched yesterday as good as he's been all year. Twins got him for a run. Remember, Josh Bell had a single. Roy struck out. Caratini lined out, and then Clemens tripled to left center field. Runners on at first and second for Martin. Pitch from Sobrowski is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Austin in a big spot. Twins watch the Guardians turn a couple of 7th inning walks into a 5-3 lead. Trying to do the same. Keyshaw, great speed at second base. Kreidler can run at first. And Martin takes up and in, hedges a bluff towards first base, and Kreidler scurries back. 2-0. But both bullpens have struggled to throw the ball over the plate tonight.
Yeah, they have, early coming out. See, Martin's patient here.
2 balls, no strikes. They play back around the infield, and a pitch wide, and it's 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Brooks Lee is on deck. Runners at first and second with 1 out. We're in the 7th. Twins down 5-3. Here it comes. And it's high ball 4. We talked about it with the Twins bullpen coming in to walk the first guy. Now Cleveland's stellar bullpen does the exact same thing. And Brooks Lee will have a chance with the bases loaded. With the bases loaded this year, Brooks Lee has 7 hits in 14 plate appearances for a nifty 500 average. He's driven in 15 runs. He'll play back looking for 2. And Lee checks his swing and a ball down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Brooks has been better left-handed than right-handed, but as a righty, which is what he is now, he has found a way to knock in a dozen runs. And now Carl Willis is going to come out and chat to Sobrowski, find out why he can't throw strikes.
Yeah, you look at the pitching staff of this bullpen, they do have a high walk rate. A lot of the guys give up a ton of walks.
Carl Willis just needs to get this to the 8th inning. He can hand the ball to Gaddis and Smith. Right now, though, he's got to figure out how to get Sobrowski back in the zone, and Brooks Lee's got to figure out how to take advantage of it. Brooks is 2 for 3 tonight, sitting on 49 runs batted in on the year. Keeshaw's at third base. Kreidler's at second base. He's the tying run. Martin's the go-ahead run at first. Rocchio and Bazzana back up the middle looking for a double play to end the inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Huge chance for the Twins, home 7th. The pitch, taken high in the count 2-0. We saw Royce Lewis in a similar spot in the 4th inning, end up taking a walk. Went 3-1, big swinging foul ball, then walked. Brooks looking to keyhole here, 2-0. The pitch, down and away, 3 balls and no strikes. Sobrowski, 7 straight out of the zone. And Brooks Lee's got to take one here. Clemens is on deck. He tripled off Sobrowski last night. Bases loaded, 3-0. And it's high, ball 4. For the second time tonight, and the 11th time this year, the Twins have walked with the bases loaded, and it's a 1-run game. 4 walks in the inning. 2 from Armstrong, and now 2 for Sobrowski. And the bases are loaded for Cody Clemens. Kreidler is now the tying run at third base with 1 out. Martin's at second. Lee with his 50th RBI at first. Clemens watches ball 9. 1 ball, no strikes. 9 straight out of the zone.
Tried to go to the breaking ball to kind of get him back online there, but he missed with that pitch badly.
Clemens awaits, and that one jackknifes him in off the plate. That's ball 10.
Well, you can just see the body language. He is just fighting it right now.
There is activity in the bullpen. Sobrowski has to face Clemens, though. Bases loaded, 1 out. Tying run at third. Here it comes. And that nearly hit him. 3-0. 11 straight balls from Eric Sobrowski. Matt Festa and Hunter Gaddis both up in the pen. 3-0 to Cody. And it's a strike called, and Cody's going to challenge it.
The batter's fouled in the pitch.
We talked about 3-0 sometimes, a gift strike. This is a strike, though, and it's in the zone. So Clemens burns a challenge.
Calls confirmed. Minnesota has no challenges remaining.
That was fully in the zone, so no challenges the rest of the way for the Twins, but 3 balls and a strike. Sobrowski's broken the seal of the strike zone. The 3-1. Swung on a miss, and now it's 3-2. Bell is on deck. 4 walks have led to a run. And the base is full of Twins. Kreidler the tying run at third. Martin the go-ahead run at second. Lee at first. Here's the pitch. And it's wide, ball 4. Cody gets his walk, and the Twins have tied it. They've tied it on 5 walks in the bottom of the 7th inning. And here comes a flustered Stephen Vogt, one of his most reliable arms. Came into the ball game and threw 12 balls and only 2 strikes. The bases are still loaded. We're tied, and Josh Bell is going to be the hitter when we return to Target Field. John Vitas, I'll tell you what, you got another scoreboard update on your hand. This pitching change is brought to you by Uponor, a GF brand. Count on Uponor for plumbing that performs.
Got to get yourself ready. Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that?
What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's a good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Can pass the Astros in the wild card standings if they can beat the Guardians tonight. Chris.
5-5 our score, John. 5 runs on 6 hits for each team. A 3-run fourth for each club, 2 runs in the 7th for each club, and both runs for first the Guardians and now the Twins have come after men walked to reach base. The bases are loaded, and Josh Bell will face Hunter Gaddis. Gaddis appearing out of the bullpen. Highly effective, throws hard, sliders, four-seamer at 97, big bushy beard. Works from the stretch, and Bell batting left-handed takes low. 1 ball, no strikes.
The catcher's Townsend, the pitch.
This is going to be a very close one for Hedges.
Cause confirmed. Cleveland has 1 challenge.
So Cleveland down to 1 challenge. Twins have no challenges. Cleveland's playing the infield in for Bell. Martin's the go-ahead run at third with 1 out. And the 1-0 to Josh. And that's taken for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Got that fastball on the bottom rail.
And the Twins are out of challenges here. So anything close to Bell, put him in a hole or something that can't go that route.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here it comes. Boy, he took something off that. A big looping changeup that stayed wide. That was an easy take for Bell, 2-1.
He's got a good changeup, good arm action on it.
Infield is in behind Gaddis. Bags full, 1 out. Bell, team RBI leader, and he swings and pops it up. Shallow center. Khalil Watson racing in, still coming in. He's under it. Martin's going to try him. Nope, he's going to bluff, and Watson throws it all the way through on the fly to a hustling Austin Hedges. So a pop-up of Josh Bell, and it's going to be left in the hands of Royce Lewis. So Lewis will bat against Gaddis.
Boy, just got a report on Watson's arm out there. We've seen him make a couple of throws. It's high, off the mark.
I haven't seen him find a cutoff man.
No.
I think that's why Austin was bluffing as hard as he was from third, see if he'd throw it away. All right, Royce, here we go. Bases loaded, 2 out. Tie ball game. And the first pitch, he took a big whack at it, and he fouled it straight back. That's that good hard slider at 89 from Gaddis.
Haven't seen Royce react like that after swinging and missing a pitch. He's upsetting himself. He was all over that.
He had a plan. He was looking for that pitch, and he just missed it. Walk to forcing a run in the 4th. 0-1 swung on a miss. That was the slider down and off the plate. That's the one Gaddis wants to throw. And the count is 0-2. That pitch was not close. Chase rate high for Royce, and he doesn't make a ton of contact on Chase. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's down and away. Didn't take the bait. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's funny because Brooks Lee, Cody Clemens, Royce Lewis have approximately the same rate of chase, but Clemens and Lee, their contact rate on chase is through the roof comparatively. Need a hit here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swung on and popped up again. Gaddis gets another pop-up. He's pointing straight up into the sky. Who's going to catch it? It's going to be the first baseman, Hoskins, and the Twins leave them loaded in the 7th. But they tie the game. The Twins get 2 runs without the...
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
With Billy Sorrell.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her. So we decided, to do the business. So we went to figure out what we're gonna call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's when Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about. And this is why we love it.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Two-run double.
Night never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The eighth inning here at Target Field. Cody Funderburk is on the pitch. All that remains in the Twins bullpen, Usak Go, who has never pitched in a big league game, and then Gomez and Morris. Funderburk facing the lefty Kyle Manzardo in a tie game and needs some strikes, and there he gets one. It's 0-1. Cody's last outing, he was sharp, and he was in the zone. And I talked to him afterwards in the clubhouse in New York, and he told me he'd made some tweaks, and he was happy with the results. Big swing and miss to the count 0-2. And he wouldn't get specific, Danny, on whether it was moving on the rubber, which we know he's done in the past, or something mechanical, but when he throws the ball in the plate, it moves enough that he can be highly effective.
Yeah, and we saw last year with his velocity ticking up.
Cody comes set. He looks in, and the 0-2 is taken down and away. Sweeper. Facing Manzardo, we'll get you an ID here in a moment. Hedges is on deck, and then Watson, the bottom of the order. Pitch on the way. Swung on a fouled away. 10 seconds for station ID on your home for Twins baseball. The 1-2 pitch. And that's taken for a called strike 3. Boy, good look at cutter from Cody Funderburk. And Danny, I don't know what tweaks he made, but I like him. And I think Derek Shelton likes him too.
Well, he's got such a valuable role.
Especially with Bonda.
Yeah, with Bonda going down, it just elevated his game a little bit. And like you said, nice little pitch, good location.
Now it's Hedges, who is 1 for 3. He's made a big play behind the plate already. And he hits this one back up the middle for a base hit. The numbers are real, Danny. The new Austin Hedges. Hedges hitting 280 coming into play today. Career 190 hitter, but he's 2 for 4 this evening. And Hedges is the go-ahead run at first base. And here's Khalil Watson. 4-pitch walk to Watson from Orsi is what opened up that 2-run 7th. Both teams scored 2 runs in the 7th. Both teams left the bases loaded in the 7th. Watson watches just down, 1 ball, no strikes.
Ton of strikeouts by this guy here, and Fundy's just got to challenge him. He's not going to hurt you with the long ball.
That's what made the walk so appalling, is that he doesn't walk. Watson wants to swing. It was just his 3rd big league walk as a strike taken. 23 strikeouts and 2 walks before that 4-pitch walk in the 7th. Bright green gloves. Green shin guard, and he swings and misses. The count is 1-2. And green wrap matches it like a highlighter on the bottom of his bat. That is not Margarita green. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on a missed, he struck him out. Funderburk hits out number 2. Here's Quan. Hey, come aboard the dock by Winnebago Industries for your next game day. This open boat-inspired space in right field combines premium hospitality and ballpark fun with exclusive access, 12 tickets, and $30 in loaded concession value for each ticket. Drop anchor at the dock and reserve your date at twins.com/the dock. Great place to wear a margarita green shirt. Pitch to Kwon. Taken just off the plate. Good looking pitch. 1 ball, no strikes.
Kwon is such a quality hitter, and I love his discipline. He's got a good idea of the strike zone.
1-0. Swinging foul ball into the dirt. 1-1. Yeah, that first pitch cutter, Danny, is a pitch that I think most hitters are swinging at. That presented as a strike and just off the outside corner, and he just looked at it casually, let it slide on by. 5-5 our score, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Runner at first, Hedges. And the pitch taken for a strike in the count 1-2. Boy, this is the version of Cody Funderburk that we saw at the end of last year. The confidence is oozing out of Cody Funderburk. 1 strike to go here, Cody. And the pitch. Swung on, rolled back up the middle, and that's going to be smothered by Kreidler, but no play. It's an infield hit, just a nubber. Second time today that Kreidler's been able to stretch that long frame of his out and keep a ball out of the outfield grass, which saves 90 feet of real estate. So instead of Hedges being at third base, the slow-footed catcher is at second base. Kreidler asking for time. I think when he dove, his pitch comm fell out of his hat and broke. The hitter will be DeLauder. So this is a good test for Funderburk. Made a good pitch to Kwon.
Yeah.
And Kwon just nubbed it through the infield.
But you talk about Hedges doesn't run well at all. So a base hit to the outfield, there's a good chance they don't send him or he is thrown out.
And that's why, again, that 90 feet that Kreidler saved is so critical. Pete Mackey's going to come out and chat.
And also with a guy on first base, you've got to have Royce Lewis hold him near the bag, so you've got less room over there for coverage with a left-hander.
And DeLauder, the lefty, we talked about what he does against left-handed pitching. He has singled against Prelip. He's lined out sharply to right against Prelip, and he walked against Prelip. And then he hammered the first pitch from Rogers into right field for an RBI single. A ball that off the bat, to be honest, Danny, I thought it was a double play. I thought Royce Lewis was going to catch it and step on the bag. And Royce just kind of didn't get off the bag in time, and it ended up in right field.
You know, and with that runner at first base, sometimes they take that secondary lead. It kind of will block out your vision of the ball coming off the bat. Maybe that was part of it.
If you're Cleveland and Stephen Vogt, I think DeLauder's the guy you want up in this spot. He's a rookie, but he is a polished rookie. 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch is just wide, and the count is 1-0. Chase DeLauder has 2 of the 8 hits tonight for the Guardians. 5-5 our score. Huge clash here in the American League Central. Boston's whooping up on the White Sox, so there's room to be made up in the division as a pitch in 2-0. For Cleveland, a win means they could be tied at the top of the division. For the Twins, they can be just 2 back. Here's the pitch. Swung on and bounced towards first. It's a foul ball. Royce grabs it in foul territory, and the count is 2-1. How would you pitch DeLauder with Funderburk's arsenal? What have you seen from DeLauder with his swing? What's the best way to get him?
Well, he's kind of a drifter. He likes to kind of drift toward the front part of the batter's box. Does keep his hands back. Sometimes we have a tendency when we drift like that toward the pitcher, we bring our hands with us, and that takes away our power. He'll kind of walk away from the hands and leave them back.
He swings and fouls this one straight down. Now, that was a sinker, and that's, I guess, kind of what you're getting at, right? A sinker in then for a guy who's going to drift?
And when you drift, Carantini's a drifter.
Yes.
But he drifts toward the plate, and he'll jam himself a lot. And that's why he doesn't like that strike on the inside corner. He thinks it's a ball, but he's crowding the plate. He's drifting toward the plate. This kid here drifts toward the pitcher.
And that was a good hard sinker in off the plate to get to 2-2.
Get him the breaking ball.
2-2. And it's off the plate, away. It was the cutter. So 3-2 now to Chase DeLauder. He's shown patience. He's shown power. Runners will be moving, so Hedges gets that head start from second base. He's the go-ahead run. Funderburk spins off just to make sure he's honest. Quan had got about halfway to second base. He has to scurry back with Royce playing deep behind him.
See if he doesn't come after him with the breaking ball here. Get him to chase.
3-2 pitch. And it's taken for a called strike 3. DeLauder is going to challenge it, Danny.
The batter chimes in the pitch.
It's on the zone. I think this is a called strike 3 all the way. And Cody Funderburk's halfway to the dugout. Keep on going, Cody, because you struck him out.
Confirmed.
Funderburk strikes out 3 in a scoreless 8th inning. We go to the home 8th. Twins and the Guardians, 5-5 on your home for Twins baseball.
There's a storm warning in South Florida. It's the Miami Marlins.
Baseball's hottest June team, and they stay red hot this month.
The Fish are flying and are officially the hottest team in baseball this month. Otto Lopez is looking extremely all-starry at short. He's among league leaders in batting average, hits, and multi-hit games.
Otto Lopez has himself yet another multi-hit day.
Right beside him, Xavier Edwards, putting up solid on-base numbers while flashing some silky smooth glove work. Throw in Liam Hicks breaking out at 27, Max Meyer emerging as one of the league's best pitchers, and Sandy Alcantara starting to regain his Cy Young form. And hey, they've already proved they can beat the best. This season, they're the only team to hand losses to aces Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens, and The Miz. Red flags are out in Little Havana. These Marlins are dangerous.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Island Baseball Network.
Hunter Gaddis will face Vic Caratini, Luke Kershaw, Allen Roden. Caratini is 1 for 3 career against Gaddis, and that one hit's a home run. We're tied at 5, bottom of the 8th inning. And the first pitch is taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Gaddis came on with the bases loaded and 1 out. And he popped up Bell and Lewis. Bell to shallow center, not deep enough to score the go-ahead run, and Lewis on the infield. Caratini from the left side, hands are low, little quiver to the bat, and he swings and fouls down the left field line 0-2. Looking ahead, brought to you by James Hardy. Series with the Guardians concludes tomorrow. Day game tomorrow, Danny. We're on at noon.
I'm in the lineup tomorrow.
12:40 first pitch. I believe Bailey Ober's going to make that start.
I love playing behind him.
Against Gavin Williams. When you look ahead to home improvements, look to James Hardy. Hardy Siding, America's #1 brand of siding. Pitch is down and in. There's that inside pitch you talked about floating up on the plate.
Yeah.
1-2. Twins need base runners. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 here against the stingy Gaddis. Breaking ball lined into left center field, and there's your base runner. Caratini drops one in front of Watson for a base hit. Leadoff man aboard. So the leadoff man is aboard in Victor Caratini. If you're wondering about a runner, you've got Fedko available or Gray, and it's going to be Fedko to run, and then Jackson will catch. So Kyler Fedko becomes the ball game at first, or at least the lead in the ball game. And Fedko will be the pinch runner. Haven't seen Fedko steal a bag yet.
Have not.
But he's talked about it. Remember when he went in as the free runner in extra innings at second base? And he ended up scoring the winning run, and he said, I had to ask him if they wanted me to steal third.
Yeah, remember
first.
he wanted to steal third base. Yeah. He was dancing around like he wanted to.
There's Kershaw. They're in at third, and they're pinching at first, and the pitch is wide, 1 ball, no strikes. So that's Schneemann now at third. He came in for Arias. Remember, Quan came in for Fry. He's in left. Both teams have used All their bullpen, all their bench, all the pieces are on the table tonight. Classic matchup, Twins and Guardians. Keyshaw not punting, takes low, and the count is 2-0. Five our score. Twins have never led. 2-0. They backed up at third, and a pitch just off the outside corner. No challenges are left for either side. No ABS challenges remain. So on the close pitch, hang with them. It's 3-0 to Keyshaw. Got to think this bat's stapled to his shoulder. Here it comes, and it's taken for a strike. Twins trailed 3-0 after a 3-run top of the fourth. They got 3 back in the bottom of the fourth. They trailed 5-3 after the top of the seventh. They got 2 back in the bottom of the seventh. 3-1. Taken for a strike, 3-2. Keyshaw not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. Back-to-back fastballs. Does he go to the slider? Or is it a heater? 3-2. Fedko stays put, and the pitch is cracked in the air down into the right field corner. DeLauder chasing. DeLauder can't get it. It bounces off the warning track and hops up into the seats. And it's going to be a ground rule double for Luke Keyshaw. And if they'd made that right field barrier just a little taller, Fedko would have scored. But it's a ground rule double the other way for Luke Keyshaw, and it's second and third with nobody out for Alan Roden. Here comes Stephen Vogt, and I think Cade Smith is coming into this ball game. So Gaddis puts the first 2 men on here in the 8th. That's a heck of an at-bat from Luke Keyshaw. This pitching change is brought to you by Uponor, a GF brand. Ken on Uponor for plumbing that performs. Another scoreboard update with John Venus next on your home for Twins baseball.
5-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa with special...
Hey Chicago, what do you say? Let's take a road trip to Wrigley Field today. Home of the Chicago Cubs since 1916, Wrigley Field is the second oldest ballpark in the majors, just behind Boston's Fenway Park. Hop off the L in the heart of Wrigleyville and take in the unique buzz of the neighborhood. On the corner of Clark and Addison, the iconic red marquee sign welcomes fans into the friendly confines. Once inside, direct your attention to the manually operated scoreboard that sits 60 feet above center field. Lush green ivy covers the brick outfield walls, and just beyond the bleachers, Wrigley rooftops provide an unrivaled view of the game. When at Wrigley, you have to get a Chicago dog. With everything, of course. The chicken tinga torta or chicken and churros are great options too. Find your seat in the bleachers and embrace the rowdiness. Sing along to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And don't forget to root for the Cubbies. Wrigley Field, an unforgettable experience.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville. It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah. They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Saves in 29 save opportunities, 40 in the third innings, an astounding 57 strikeouts, and just 10 walks. Hard fastball and a great split. Now downstairs at Target Field, all the Twin scouts have gathered in preparation for the draft. One of the scouts down there, he was smart enough to pound the table for Cade Smith. Twins drafted him out of high school. Didn't sign. Went to school in Hawaii, ended up signing with Cleveland, and he has become a star. The infield is in. The pitch to Roden. First pitch hacking, he fouls it up over his own dugout, 0-1. Roden's first game in the big leagues this year. He's already driven in a run with a 2-out RBI in the fourth. He has second and third, nobody out, and the infield in. 5-5 our score. The pitch swung on a miss, and the count is 0-2. And that just shows you Cade Smith. He shows the splitter on pitch 1 and then goes up and out of the zone at 98.
And I'm sure that Roden is a little excited right now with the bases. Her second and third have a chance to give the Twins a win here. Base hit.
Come on, Allen. Pride of Middleton, Wisconsin, and he watches wide, and the count is 1-2. Looks like, is that Gomez or Morris? It looks like Gomez up in the pen.
It is.
Hoping for a chance for his 11th save. Need a lead first. Alan Roden can give it to him. Here it comes. Swung on and fouled deep down the left field line. Mindset here, Danny, 2 strikes, all about contact, right?
Yep. Just put the ball in play. Don't try to, you're ideally early in the count, you'd like to get the ball up to the outfielders, get that sac fly. Now, you want a line drive, hit it hard somewhere. Put it in play.
Fedko at third, swinging miss, and Roden's down on strikes. That's what Cade Smith does. That's why he's an all-star.
That's why he's in this ball game right now, too.
So Smith fans Roden, and it's going to be up to Kreidler.
Little possible bunt.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about that? Infield in?
Infield in. Does Kreidler, he tried to bunt a while back.
Pitched down in the dirt, stopped by Hedges. Another huge play for the catcher, Austin Hedges. Fedko is the go-ahead run at third base. Keeshaw's at second, infield tight with 1 out now. And it's up to Kreidler. Smith is hunting strikeouts. Slider down and away. 2-0. Kreidler up in the count. No ABS remaining for either side. Looking for that one big hit. And it's taken for a strike, a fastball. It's 2-1. 99 on that heater. Smith, big, tall, lanky, long arms. Tailor-made for the role he has dominated in. Swinging miss in the count 2-2. Well, this becomes a giant pitch. Leadoff single for Caratini. Fedko runs for him. Keyshaw doubled the other way. Now the 2-2. Taken for a called strike 3. Kreidler's down on strikes. Cade Smith showing you why he's an all-star. Back-to-back punch-outs with the game on the line here in the 8th inning, and now it's up to Austin Martin. Martin walked in the 7th. Came off the bench to hit for Larnach. Where the Twins, golden opportunity, but Smith has kind of doused the flames a little bit here, but all season long, including earlier today, Twins have picked each other up with some 2-out hits. Martin awaits. He takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, the numbers are pretty remarkable. In now 41 innings, 59 strikeouts, 10 walks. The old 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. This pitch is down and away. And it's 2-0. Infield is backed up. Austin bats right-handed. Schneeman's deep at third behind the runner Fedko. Hoskins off the line at first. And the pitch is wide, 3-0. Well, the Twins took 5 walks to score 2 runs in the 7th. A walk here would load the bases for Brooks Lee. Three balls and no strikes, the pitch. And it's taken for a strike. All right, Danny, this becomes a huge pitch. Martin's seen nothing but heaters.
He's got the timing down. He took a little something off in that. That one was only 98.
4 straight fastballs. 3-1. Swung on and fouled away. Had a rip at a heater. And the count now 3-2. That one over the press box to our right.
It's just nothing but rare back. Throw it.
Well, that's a separator for the elite back-end guys like Cade Smith.
Yes, it is.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Second and third game on the line, the pitch. Swung on it, fouled. He was on it. Fouled it straight back at 99, and it's still a full count. And he still hasn't broken out that nasty split edge.
Well, that's why these are the elite guys right here at the back end that really kind of preserve the game and make the money.
3-2 breaking ball, and he fouls it up the third base line. That was the splitter, Danny. He threw him 6 straight fastballs, and credit Austin Martin for having the reflexes to get the bat on the ball. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. It wasn't the 8th.
One fastball, 3-1, he fouled straight back, had a pitch there. That was just more of a defensive swing, hoping to make contact.
3-2 pitch. And it's taken wide, ball 4. Austin Martin loads him up, and it's Brooks Lee. Well, Brooks Lee, with the bases loaded in the 7th, walked on 4 pitches to drive in his 50th run of the year. He has had some big moments in the 8th inning this season, game-winning hits in the 8th inning, and he has a chance here. Twins doing it the hard way. They had 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, then 2nd and 3rd, 2 out. See if Brooks jumps an early heater. He does, and he fouls it away, and the count is 0-1. I mean, this is strength on strength, right?
Yeah, I would say that Brooks going to see another fastball here.
Can he find some grass? Fedko awaits at 3rd, the 0-1. That was off speed and up, and the count is 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Brooks Lee. Bases full again for Minnesota. The pitch swung on and just swatted defensively down the third base line. That's that splitter again. And it's 1-2, a foul ball.
And you don't have to swing at that pitch, but you're geared for a fastball, and then all of a sudden there's the splitter. So as I start my swing, I try to slow it down just to try to make contact. Able to foul it off, didn't put it in play.
Austin and Brooks, probably 2 of the best on the club at that. Infield's back, well off the line at 3rd. Brooks in from the left side. Big lead for Fedko. The pitch is swung on and fouled away again down the third base line. That was the fastball. Brooks just trying to play some defense there. DeLauder's deep in right field. Watson straight away in center. Kwan is shallow in left. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air to center field. Watson is under it. Should be routine, and it is. Cade Smith slams the door shut, and the Twins leave the bases loaded for the 2nd straight inning. 5-5 after 8. Back for the 9th.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai Cubs.
These are Thai Cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Top of the 9th inning, 5-5 our score. Cade Smith wriggles off the hook in the home 8th. And now it's going to be Yoendris Gomez, non-save situation to face Rocchio, Hoskins, and Bazana. Rocchio batting left-handed here. He homered as a righty earlier tonight. And the first pitch from Gomez is high. 1 ball, no strikes. The new catcher is Alex Jackson. Caratini led off the inning with a hit. Fedko ran for him. Now Jackson catches. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch to Rocchio. Sweeper strike, and the count is 1-1. The bench right now for Stephen Vogt is Patrick Bailey and Cooper Ingle, who is a catcher outfielder. Ingle is hitting .095. This ball crushed right field. Roden goes back, makes the catch right in front of the wall. Boy, that sounded dangerous off the bat of Brian Rocchio. He's had some healthy swings tonight, but nothing more than a loud out. There's one away for Rhys Hoskins. He homered earlier. The Twins bench right now is just Tristan Gray. In the Twins bullpen, all you have left is Andrew Morris, though wild card, Mike Paredes is out there, and with Bailey Ober expected to be activated tomorrow, take the place of Marco Raya, who went on the IL, maybe Paredes would be available if needed. There's a strike called on Hoskins 0-1.
So you stay away with Husuk Go?
No, you got Go out in the bullpen as well, who's never pitched in a big league game.
Never.
No balls and a strike. Now, the easier way to do it is just to have Gomez get 3 and then get a run. Popped up, back a second. Clemens is underneath it. Cody spreads his arms and makes the catch with 2 hands. Gomez 2 quick outs. Bazana will be the hitter. And he has power. There's a right-hander warming in the pen, I think, for Cleveland. Try to get a number on him. But it's not Cade Smith, and that's a win. Pitch to Bazana just high, and the count 1-0. Remember, no ABS for either side. Who do we have out there? Matt Festa?
No, I thought it was 52.
52 is Festa. It's
okay.
Festa or Aliman. That's all
Festa.
you got. Swing and miss by Bazana, 1-1. Boy, this is one of those games, Danny, that obviously if you're the Twins, you win a series, you move a step closer, you're only 2 out of first, 1 out of second, 1 off of 500. If you're Cleveland, it's a hard-fought battle to tie this series at a game apiece. It's a pitch down and in, and the count 2-1. And these are the type of grueling games we've seen these two clubs play now for the better part of a decade.
Yeah, and you look at the importance of this series, this game, even though we're talking it's July 8th.
It's critical. 2-1 down and in.
Yeah, if this is in September, then you're really going to kind of dissect it a little bit more.
Why it's so important right now is with the trade deadline looming at the back half of this month and everybody mild in mediocrity around the American League. A 3-1 on the ground foul past Sandy Alomar Jr. 3-2. Gomez a strike away. Twins in their half of the ninth will have Clemens, Bell, and Royce Lewis. 5-5 our score. Well, the Twins have been walked off enough in Cleveland. It's about time they return the favor at Target Field. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Bazana. He's got pop. The pitch is fouled down near the Twins dugout. Luis Ramirez stuck out of hand, and the count stays full, 3-2. Bazana, number 1 overall pick. Twins have the 3rd pick on Saturday. White Sox 1, Tampa Bay 2. Payoff from Gomez. Throw him a chair. Here it comes. And that is taken just off the plate, ball 4. Wow, good looking pitch. It was low. And that is ball 4. So speed at first, and again, walks have been a problem late in this game. Schneeman's the hitter. Bazana has big-time wheels at first base. Top of the ninth, two out, 5-5 game. Schneeman came on for Arias. He's 0 for 2 off the bench. He's popped up and struck out looking. Gomez delivers. And the first pitch just off the plate, 1-0. Prelip went 5. Adams a solid inning. Orsi struggled through a third of an inning. Then Rogers 2/3. Funderburk a solid inning. Now Gomez. Big lead for Bazana. He's hopping around. The pitch delivered down and in. 2-0. Can't lose this guy. The dangerous Manzardo is on deck. Well, you already know Cleveland plays more one-run games than anybody in baseball, and more two-run games than anybody in baseball. The numbers in Cleveland have been just a fright show in terms of these late, close games for the Twins. There's a strike. Needed that, 2-1.
He went to a little cutter right there. There's the confidence of Gomez. He's really has pitched well in the Twins uniform.
He has been quite a find, and hats off to the pro scouting department for finding Yoendris Gomez. 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. That's a sword. That's how good that pitch was. 2-2.
It was a good pitch. It was a bad swing. That ball's in the dirt.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Bazzana's at first. We're at the top of the ninth of a tie game. What a ball game it's been. It hasn't been the prettiest, but boy, is it highly competitive. Here it comes. Down and in. Didn't swing this time. 3-2. So back-to-back full counts. Bazzana has blinding speed, and he'll be running on a 3-2 pitch. Royce backs up behind him. He's standing right behind him now. Something going on with the earpiece of Alex Jackson.
He's got something in his eye. He took some dirt or something. He kicked up. Sometimes that ball gets in the dirt. And
Ryan Addison, fine young umpire, comes out and kind of cleans the plate, buys some time for him. Alex says he's okay. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tie game, top of the ninth, 2 outs. Bazzana leading from first. He runs, and the pitch is fouled up the first base line, went to the sweeper. But Gavin Williams going tomorrow. He's a big horse. Boy, Twins want to sock this series win away tonight. And boy, a game like this, where it eats out your whole bullpen, boy, a game like this can carry into tomorrow's game with a quick turnaround for the victor in a battle like this one. Another 3-2. There goes the runner, and the pitch is hit in the air, left center field. Keyshaw racing after it. He's in front of the bullpen, and he makes the catch as he kisses off the barricade with out number 3 clutched in that glove. Luke Keyshaw hauls in out number 3. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Who wants to be a hero? Will it be Clemens, Bell, or Lewis when we return to a 5-5 tie on your home for Twins baseball?
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal, and I played with Eddie, and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards, and I know.
Delivery and a comebacker. There's the good athleticism. He throws the glove to first for the out. The ball was stuck in his glove. What an intelligent play by El Duque.
That reminds me of Terry Mulholland 12 years ago against the New York Mets.
And it's a good reminder for all you youngsters out there. If you're going to catch a glove with a ball wedged into it, use 2 hands like Tino Martinez did.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Learn how corn farmers support Minnesota at mncorn.org. That's mncorn.org.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well, Matt Festa is on the pitch. He'll face Cody Clemens. Clemens is 0 for 1 career against Festa. Festa pitched last night, gave up a hit to Austin Martin, got everybody else out. As he worked the last inning, he flied out Keyshaw, he bounced out Larnach, and then he flied out Brooks Lee to center field. Clemens and Hedges sharing a laugh in the batter's box, loving the competition. We're 5-5 here, bottom of the ninth. Twins have 1 walk-off this year. Royce Lewis had the hit. So much at stake in this ball game for the Twins. As the pitch delivered, and it's delivered wide to Clemens, 1 ball, no strikes. We mentioned Cody had 10 straight games where he either scored or drove in a run. Well, today he has scored and driven in a run. The 1-0. Clemens swings and misses 1-1. Twins had a brilliant opportunity in the 7th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Couldn't get another run home. They had 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Couldn't get a run home in the 8th. The 1-1 is low, 2-1. Twins the highest scoring team in the American League this year, but they just need one run right now. One run, and they're a game under 500. They're 2 games out of first place. And they win their 7th series in 8 tries. Pitch well wide, 3-1, and Clemens should get a good pitch to hit. 2 for 3 with a double and a single.
Or a walk.
We'll take that.
Yep. Cleveland's already walked 7 Twins batters tonight. Pitchers have walked 6 of theirs.
They walked 5 in the 2-run 7th inning. This pitch hit high in the air, fouled on the right field line. Went down after a fastball, and he popped it up, and it's full count. He broke his bat. Festa came up with the Mariners. He features a sweeper that he throws 42% of the time, a 4-seamer 40% of the time, and then a little cutter just for giggles. Three balls and 2 strikes to Clemens. You got your RBI leader, Bell, on deck. Festa wears the high stirrups, knicker-style gray uniform pants. The 3-2. Swung on and lined back up the middle. It eats up Rocchio. He's on his backside. His throw to first dropped at first base by Hoskins, and Cody Clemens will reach. Well, they had Rocchio lined up in the right spot. He was shaded near the bag at second, but that sharply hit one hopper took him to his backside. He threw from his bottom. It was a one-hop throw, and Hoskins kind of goat-headed it at first base. It's a base hit for Cody Clemens, and the winning run is aboard for Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm not sure Rocchio had enough time to get up.
No, I think if he tried to stand up, there's no way he gets him. Made a pretty good throw, all things considered. Here's Bell. First pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes.
They ruled it a hit. Could have gone either way, but
Cody, a 3-hit night. The game is at first base. Nobody out. Throw over. Cody dives in. Go back to that planned pickoff play to get Lee in the first inning. How big a deal was that? That was another spot where the Twins had second and third one out. Ended up with nothing. All that's academic if they score 1 in the home ninth. Just 1. Bell takes low. 2-0. That's a good pitch. And a good take. 2 balls and no strikes to Josh Bell, team RBI leader. Cody Clemens at first base, above average speed. Sweeper slithers in for a strike. And the Twins do have Paredes up in the bullpen. 2 balls and a strike. Missed falling. And another sweeper strike. Boy, Bell didn't like that one. That's actually a fastball. Just with a weird tail on it.
That got the strike zone just at the top, but still.
Funky action on that pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clemens at first. Tie game, bottom 9. Bell swings and misses, and down he goes. So Festa gets out number 1, and here's Royce. He has authored the only walk-off win for the Twins this year. Alex Jackson moves into the on-deck circle after Fedko ran for Caratini. Do you think about sending Clemens here at some point?
Yeah, just watching his leads, they look pretty safe right now, like he's not looking to run.
Royce swings at the first pitch and fouls it up into the seats, right field line, 0-1.
You've got Hedges behind the plate, veteran.
Royce 0 for his last 6. Knocked in a run with a walk back in the 4th. Infield plays for a double play. The pitch is in the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Raining a little bit harder now. Little mist on the helmet now for Lewis. The pitch. Swung on and hit sharply to third. Picked up there by Schneemann, goes to second for 1. Relay back to first, not in time. Royce beat it out. So the Twins stay alive. 5-4 force out with a hustle of Lewis. And now it's Alex Jackson. Let's see if Alex can walk into one. Guardians are thinking about challenging, but they won't. Paredes continues to warm. If we go to extra innings, it looks like Mike Paredes will have the ball. Remember, the Twins are a man short on the roster tonight because Raya is on the IL. They had no corresponding move, couldn't get anybody here in time, and the thought is Bailey will be activated for that spot tomorrow.
And Paredes was scheduled to pitch tomorrow. They're going to move him back, but I don't know if he's in here today.
First pitch to Jackson is fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Wouldn't it be fitting if a guy coming off the bench to catch late ends up the hero in this one?
But didn't Jackson pick up his first home run the other day at Yankee Stadium?
Shelty said he'd been calling a home run from the dugout every time he stepped in the box for 2 weeks. Breaking ball, little squibber for Bazzana. Bazzana misplays it into right field, and everybody's safe. Boy, that had some weird English on it. It was a little wet, and Bazzana just flat out missed it at second base. They're going to score it officially a bad hop single. They literally actually said the words bad hop in the description. And here's Luke Keyshaw with a chance to be a hero. Twins will take it. Where else would you rather be? Rain coming down, bottom of the ninth, winning run at second. Keyshaw takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. I don't know where you'd rather be, Danny, in the batter's box.
Yeah, well, that or at second base. I'd like to score it.
Keyshaw's 1 for 2, sac fly, a walk and a run, and he hits this ball down the right field line. Foul. He doubled the other way back in the 8th. That was off Gaddis. Twins have been walked off so many times in Cleveland. I just feel it's only fair to balance the scales here tonight. First and second, 2 outs, the pitch. Luke watches wide, 2-1. Roden's on deck. Roden, who struck out with second and third and nobody out of the 8th, would love another shot. I think he'd love more to be pounding Luke Keyshaw on the back after a game winner. Matt Festa delivers. Wide again, 3-1 to Luke. Schneemann guards the line at third. Rocchio straight up at short. 2 hits in the inning. Neither one's left the infield. Runners on at first and second. Only the runner at second, Royce Lewis, matters. 3-1 to Keyshaw. And he takes a strike. It's 3-2. Let's draw out the drama as best we can. Bottom of the 9th inning. Bullpen's taxed. Bench is taxed. Twins looking to get 1 game closer to 500. Here it comes. There they go. And the pitch is ball 4 wide, and the bags are full again.
This game's going to end on a Alan Roden walk.
Could well be, Danny. The Twins left the bases loaded in the 7th. They left the bases loaded in the 8th. And with 2 outs, they have the bases loaded in the 9th, and the ball hasn't left the infield. Alan Roden, in his first big league game of the year, has struck out looking, has lined out to left, has driven in an RBI single, has flied to left, popped up, and he struck out swinging with second and third and nobody out in the 8th.
And he's also made some nice plays in the defense part of the game. Had a couple nice running catches out there.
Carl Willis out to the mound to chat with Festa. He's thrown 22 pitches. Come on, Alan. Target Field's on its feet. 14,901 paid to watch this one, and they've been treated to a dandy. A Twins win, and they're just 2 games off the lead in the American League Central, and a game under 500. Roden awaits, and the pitch is down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. The mist has abated. Royce is the winning run at third. Here's the 1-0. Down and in, ball 2, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Here it comes. There's a strike. That's a fastball there at about 92. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Hoskins deep behind the bag at first. Pizzana has been a swinging gate at second in the series. Rocchio up the middle. Schneemann off the line at third. Ball 3. No. Strike 2 called. Wow. That looked like it wasn't close. It was on the zone, though. Addington had it. Just looked weird from our perspective. And now 2-2 to Roden. Here it comes. Down and in, ball 3. Well, here we go, Danny. This is the backyard scenario that every kid dreams of. Bottom of the 9th inning, your home crowd is on its feet. The bases are loaded with 2 out in a tie game, and you're at the plate with a full count. Alan Roden is living out the backyard dream from Middleton, Wisconsin. Here it comes. Swung on and pulled. Foul up the first baseline. That was foul by less than 2 inches. Grady Sizemore crouches over in disbelief in the first base coach's box. And everybody resets, snaking up the chalk line. Twins were walked off in Cleveland 3 times last year, 3 times the year before. Can they return the favor? Lewis at third, bases loaded. His run's the only one that matters. 3-2. Swung on and fouled away again by Roden. Boy, the crowd who showed up, hats off to them. They're on their feet. They're into it. Does Festa have another strike in him? A walk wins it. A wild pitch wins it. A hit batter wins it. A balk wins it. Both batter and pitcher stomping around trying to knock clay out of their spikes. Now Festa back on the rubber. Lewis again, he's at third. He's the game. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swung on and pulled foul again up the first base line. We having fun yet? This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. It's been all 4 seams and sweepers. Festa struggling with his spikes. Goes to that little porcupine map. Royce paired with Ramon Borrego, third base coach. Big lead down the line. He's 40 feet down the line. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air. Deep right field for Roden. That ball is off the wall, and the Twins will win it on an Alan Roden double to right. The Twins walk off the Guardians. 6-5 your final score. The Twins are mobbing Roden in right center field. They've won 4 in a row. They've won 7 of their last 8 series. And they're just 2 games off the pace in the American League Central as they improve to 46 and 47 on the year with a thrilling 6-5 walk-off win. It's their only lead of the game, and it's the only lead that matters. What a night at Target Field. We'll have a conversation with one of the heroes of this one next, but first, we check the heart rate of John Vedas.
Woo, heart rate is up, Chris. That was awesome. What a long ball game. 7th, 8th, and 9th, full of drama, full of base runners, and it's the guy making his season debut who comes through for the Minnesota Twins. They're showing all the replays here inside Target Field, arms outstretched, mouth wide open, all the emotions you could imagine for Alan Roden. It's his first career walk-off in the major leagues, second walk-off of the season for the Twins. Royce Lewis had one just a couple of weeks ago here in downtown Minneapolis. What a journey it's been for Roden, who was not a